Welcome to the rooftop. Hide the toddlers, grab a drink. We are about to review parenting like it owes us money.
Maybe 2026 is the year we got to introduce some tough parenting. I don't know. Just putting it out there. We're talking. Just because we talk about kids doesn't mean that you want them around for the conversation coming up. This is an R-rated experience. Sometimes it becomes X-rated.
Good. Put the kids to bed and keep your purity culture in the garage.
And yesterday we learned that somebody could run a full marathon while somebody is snoozing, laying there in bed.
Somebody is running 26 miles and I am fighting my alarm like it owes me money.
Oh my God, when you're trying to find that bug over there, it's that bug right there in the corner.
That bug is your one bad habit. Tiny, ugly, and it runs the whole damn house.
It's just right over there in the corner, just won't fix. Woo, baby. Former Navy SEAL dude.
Oh no. Here comes a man who treats comfort like a felony.
Yes, we're talking, who knows what the hell we're gonna talk about. Too many people are talking about, I want, I got an idea.
Ideas are cheap. Everybody got ideas. I got ideas in the shower that never pay rent.
I'm a visionary. Oh yeah? I do not care what you want. No, I want to see what you did.
Yes! Talk is cardio. Show me the lift.
Yes, because your calendar is telling you the truth.
My calendar is a snitch. It got screenshots and everything.
So a lot of folks are talk. But we're looking for people that are doing.
Doing is loud. Excuses are a podcast.
Oh, I love it, man. You got the school bus today, Anderson. My 45-pound plates worked. My 25-pound, 30-pound, 40-pound, 50-pound dumbbells worked.
Well, I realized that it's my fucking VPN that keeps logging me out.
Nothing humbles a grown man faster than Wi-Fi disrespect.
Hey, we got something on the second hour. 10 disturbing truths that men learn way too late.
I love this. Give me the list. Hurt my feelings and fix my life.
Washington Post just gutted their staff. Wake the hell up. Your loyalty is worth zero when the stock drops.
That line just fired half the room. No severance.
I say get off the fucking sideline of your life.
Coach just threw the clipboard at my soul.
You know, say no to drugs, get a job, buy a house, have kids, wake up at 40, go, what the fuck happened to my life?
That is the scariest alarm clock ever, and it does not come with snooze.
You fucking have a job. You don't really fucking like it.
That is a man reading my mail in public.
You think your source of information on what to do is the news. Fuck.
Oh, hey, speaking of news, this is kind of funny. So we've been talking about this. Hey, tomorrow, the Olympics start. Actually, Olympics have started already.
Even the Olympics showed up on time. That is personal.
They're doing curling. But there's no snow. Jimmy, what's going on with this? They walked 130,000 steps across.
130,000 steps? My steps today are mainly emotional.
Across somewhere in China for basically, what was it? In minus 47 weather degrees. So almost 60 miles, Johnny. Almost 60 miles to walk. Minus 47 degrees Celsius weather.
Minus 47? My discipline freezes at mildly inconvenient.
To check basically the battery.
Well, it's kind of fucking nuts. I mean, the body will just continue to adapt.
Think about that. So Elon thinks, but he does. Henry Ford thought, and he does. The Wright brothers think, and they did. Johnny Anderson.
Well, if you don't execute, it's just a wish.
I got a whole vision board that is basically a lie detector test.
It's action that most people can't truly comprehend. Well, the action is the currency.
So my intentions are monopoly money. Cool.
Even if it's the wrong fucking action. So he probably practiced that thing when it was barely turning. And little by little, he sped it up. And then he fucking... Well, you can see clearly he's not touching the palm of his hand.
You're thinking what you'd protect yourself, like maybe like some kind of mesh gloves, but...
Or he didn't have teeth on the fucking disc. It doesn't fucking matter how much torque is on. When those teeth are moving fast, it will cut through your fucking hand.
New rule, if it spins fast, I am not improving myself with it.
I'm basically doing there's J protocols. You gotta check that out. For everybody who wants to know about this, you can go in there and you can say, I got sore knees. And basically it'll spit out what I would recommend you do. And it gives you the option to buy the protocol too.
I love capitalism. Can I buy a protocol for not being full of shit?
So it's pretty fucking slick. Takes you right to the website.
Because I'm a nerd, I like to be, I'm curious about this stuff. Jimmy, the concern is if it collapses, it might actually add about 2 feet of water.
2 feet of water is terrifying. I cannot add 2 minutes of consistency.
Around the coasts of the world, essentially. So
because it'll translate to the whole world.
I want to land a plane on the continent. I was close to it, Johnny, when I went and not close, but when I was swimming with white sharks down in the Southern Australian Ocean there. When I was down in the ocean, the only guy in the cage, if I would have looked that way, the next spot of land was Antarctica. Like, I enjoy spending so much time with my dogs. I found myself yesterday just hanging out with my dogs going, man, like, what kind of price could you put on this? To sit on an airplane and run through airports? I'm like, nah, get this. This guy was captured by the enemy in a war zone, lived to tell about it. He's been shot at, stabbed at, and faced horrible life and death situations. And what does he do on his days off? He runs 2 Ironman triathlons in one day for fun.
For fun is insane. My fun is sitting down and nobody asking me for growth.
And at 60, Johnny, maybe you and I should just leave. And at 60, the guy nearly drowned in his own lungs on Mount Everest, not even remembering which way was down. And he still refused to give up on life.
I mean, you guys go through things that makes you a different creature. It's pretty fucking unbelievable. Nothing you're gonna die.
That is the least gentle sentence ever, and it is weirdly motivating.
You're gonna make it. There's nothing in between.
Yeah, I like being chased by the police on motorcycles when I was a little boy. I just liked extreme fun. I wanted to join the Marines because I thought them and I still consider them a very, very tough outfit. But I wasn't impressed by the Marine recruiter, so I went next door to the Navy recruiter, and he told me about the SEAL program, and that moment changed my life.
One moment changed his life. One email changes my whole mood.
Isn't it crazy how the universe kind of just puts us where we're supposed to be at the right moment?
When you get your mindset so powerful that no matter what, you're going to do something, you get it done.
On 2 different occasions in my strength career, I finished a heavy deadlift. I needed the points as I ruptured 2 discs, but I stayed through it. You know, there is no letting go of the bar.
I let go of goals midweek. This man does not let go of vertebrae.
You know.
Yeah, that's pain I've never felt. That's a type of pain I've never felt. The person who quit, all he had to do was have the discipline to go through that temporary amount of pain. The person who keeps going is going to become the champion.
Champions do not negotiate with discomfort. They clock in anyway.
The person who quit has the worst type of pain. He's got the permanent pain of regret that lasts a lifetime.
Regret is the subscription you forget you signed up for.
He'll regret that for the rest of his life, or I'll bleed, or I'll hallucinate, but usually pass out. And if I pass out, I fall down, I get the sleep I need, I pass out for a while, I wake up, I get up, and I finish what I was doing. And when I woke up, I saw the cyclists and runners going by, and I was wondering why I was sleeping outside. And then it dawned on me, I'm in a double Ironman. I better get up and finish.
You get some fucking Yahoo, and he's talking about how fucking tough he is, and then he tells you he used to be a SEAL.
Yeah, yes.
Like, you could fucking see a mile away this motherfucker was never a SEAL.
The fake tough guy detector just screamed. I felt it in my teeth.
And I think most humans think, I'm going to die right now. No, you're not going to die. You're just going to go to sleep.
Difficult things, but just think of the people in the Bataan Death March or the ones captured in Nazi Germany, and the people who've really been persecuted and tortured. They don't have that choice, but they have the will inside of them to go through it. But what I noticed that was odd was people set low goals and they achieved those low goals and they were happy.
Congrats, you reached the floor. Now stand up.
With themselves. And nobody was setting high goals. They'll never reach their true potential in life. And that's the biggest thing I saw when I got out.
One of the things that I've said my whole journey is that if people understand my goals, as you say, macro goal, if they understand that goal, it's not high enough.
If everybody gets it instantly, it is not a goal, it is a grocery list.
Because the average fucking person they don't believe. They don't know how to get to that place where they can do amazing things. I would see these little windows of opportunity where I could dive into this place and all the pain would go away. Clarity would come. It would get quiet. But you got to like earn your way there with difficulty and pain and discomfort to the point where your brain will start giving you its brain chemistry that your brain's saying, okay, look, there's some heavy shit going on.
But on average, Don, you're drowning in your own fluids. Johnny, hear this, man. I got to paint a picture for you, Anderson. This guy's drowning in his own fluids. He loses his color vision. Memory's gone. You can't figure out which way was down. And in that moment when your body is completely, there's dead bodies all over the place, right? On the mountain, frozen in the mountain that have been there for decades and years. But when your body's completely betraying you, what the hell is your thought going through in your brain? Like, take us to that moment where you're like, I'm way the fuck up here. I got to get down there and I'm this close to death.
And that's what I kept getting every day up there. But HAPE and HACE, high altitude pulmonary edema, your lungs, and high altitude cerebral edema, your brain, it's when fluid goes in your brain and lungs. I started having a hard time breathing. And I was taking these deep breaths, and I'd look down, and just fluid came from my nose and mouth. And I was climbing a vertical ladder. I had the most famous Sherpa in the world on our team. And Andre Dorje Sherpa was his name, and he's Mr. Everest.
Yeah.
Nobody saved more lives. And he gave me his oxygen mask, and I put my hand on his shoulders. And we're walking toward this cliff, this 200-foot cliff, and I kept passing out because my brain was being compressed and my lungs were being compressed and filling with fluid. And so I was losing my color vision. Now it's nighttime for me, I thought. But it was just because I lost my color vision. If I had needed 20 loops and I only had 8 or 9, I would have probably died. But somehow I managed to make it down to the where Andre was. And I put my hand on his shoulders and a cup, and she rescued a lot of those people. But she got hit in the thigh with either a piece of ice or a rock, and she sewed up her own thigh, went on saving lives. I would have hated to go the rest of my life saying, I was going to do this, but I wish I had tried this, but, you know, I'm just glad I went after it. And I don't have any regrets at all.
Don, I got to tell you, man, if anybody listening right now is not inspired by you, well, then they don't have a heartbeat, frankly.
The man who believes he can and the man who believes he cannot are both correct. The question you got to ask yourself is, which kind of man are you? Rock and roll.
I want to do something crazy. I want to go and circumvent the world in a balloon, and he hires you to help him.
And so Bob Gormley recommended me, which I was honored that he recommended me. But what happened is when Richard Branson came across, what I had to do is contact all the states and all the areas he was going to be in to arrange for medical treatment and support if he had crashed over North America. I don't believe in soft parenting, easy parenting.
Soft parenting created a 6-year-old who negotiates bedtime like a divorce attorney.
I think kids don't have they don't have a mind that's put together yet.
It was like, it just was like the music to my ears. You know, she's doing really well. And she said, Dad, it's because you helped me set my standards. Being a good parent is a fucking job.
A job where your boss is 3 feet tall and still thinks you are trash.
It's not just sending your kids to school and sending them to their room when they fuck up. You know, when you put a kid in timeout, you're in that timeout with them, so to speak.
All you have to do is 4 things every day. Every day.
4 things daily sounds simple until you realize you cannot even do 1 thing daily.
And once, if a child comes up 10 to 12 years old, how do I be a football player? How do I go in the military? I said, all you have to do is 4 things every day. But just every day, just do something to make yourself stronger. Most successful people are very fit. But just get smarter in whatever you want to do. If you're a cook, learn different recipes. If you want to be a SEAL, learn weapons. Go take an NRA shooting course. Go take a skydiving course. Go get your scuba diving certification. But just get smarter in whatever you want to do. Because before you know it, when you go to selection or you go to try to sign up for that football team or go to the recruiter wanting to be a Marine or a SEAL or something, you just might be the fastest, the strongest, the smartest, but the person everybody wants on the team because all you know is helping people. But I think if you did those 4 things every day, you're going to shoot for the stars, as they say. You might not reach them, but you'll land on the moon.
Aim at the stars, land on the moon. My aim is Tuesday, I land on snacks.
He said, well, the doctors tell me I'm wrong, but I work out every day of the year. So I went over 21 years without a day off after he told me that.
Because, you know, our parents do the best they can, but they don't always see things as clearly.
And it's the hardest thing I ever did ever. And you have your backpack on and you're pretty much hallucinating. And it's difficult, and your body breaks down. You can lose up to 20 pounds. You've got to keep going. That's the mental strength that I'm pretty much obsessed with, is making your mind so powerful, because you can train your mind to get stronger each and every day. Every day you can make your mind stronger. But I love what you said earlier. If the person says I can, they're right. But if they say they can't, you've already defeated them.
But it's just so crazy how the majority of our population is completely limited by the lack of mental strength. The body can do so much more than they're aware of. So much
and it's
more
such a shame.
Well, I mean, on a measurable level, on a measurable physical level, our generations are physically getting weaker than their fathers. When we would show up over there, we were just the whining fucking Americans. You had to prove to them that that you weren't a little bitch and you were ready to suffer like they were to get where you wanted to go.
The Israelis are laughing at us the way we do things. And it's
we are soft though, brother. Don't you agree?
The world, America has lost its way in the last 15 years or so.
It was a 700-mile paddle across Canada.
Yes, he did. It wasn't just a tourist trip, John. Of course, it was something like some kind of what the.
No, in Canada, it was like, holy shit, man. This is really a nice vibe up here.
We can have war one of two ways, right? We can have war with diplomacy and economic levers, or we can have war with military might. And
for the people who haven't tapped into this side of themselves, just show. And 67 years old, just shows what the possibilities are. At the very least, it can give somebody hope, and if someone can have a little hope, they can have the balls to take the first step.
I had the Afghan, I had the Campbell's soup, I had the Price is Right, I had the Vapor Rub, and I had the Schweppes ginger ale there. Oh, and there's also those saltine crackers.
If you're fucking paying attention to this, you're not fucking, you should just be doing. Who fucking cares how many days? Does it really fucking matter if it lines up perfect? You don't line up perfect? Fucking do it again today. Tomorrow, and the next day. I've been saying from the fucking beginning that the average man gets distracted by numbers, and here's another fucking perfect example. Well, I'm going to wait for the perfect month, which is February, because it's got shut the fuck up and go get on something. For God's sake.
Don, dude, I'm going to say this out loud, man. I love you, dude. Lots of love from me to you. So kind. You're so awesome, man. I got such respect for you.
I would make my current self look like a joke. Fuck. I mean, everything, this is all fucking, I didn't have a parent fucking guiding me for this. This is all fucking to self-discovery. If I'd had any bit of fucking, even if I'd bumped into him and given me his 4 fucking pillars of life, that would have made a huge fucking difference. Jesus Christ. They don't have to prove shit. They already proved themselves.
Like, he looked like he still gets after it.
He does.
I just wondered. Wow, Don, man, what a fantastic conversation. If you're just tuning in now, I invite you to go back and go listen to what Don had to say. We actually might have got a better guest than David Goggins. Goggins, things that men are learning a little too late in life, because potential is the most seductive drug on earth.
Potential is a horny liar. Action is the only thing that sobers you up.
And what we know is patterns don't lie. Most people live in a fantasy where they are a future version of themselves, looking to the future. I'm going to do this. I'm going to climb this. I'm going to accomplish this. If you don't have proof, you don't have a plan.
Proof is the receipt. Hope is the wishful thinking invoice.
You all only have hope. And hope, it's not a strategy.
Hope is vibes. Strategy is reps. Vibes do not pay bills.
Because tomorrow isn't coming to save you.
Tomorrow is not your dad. It is not picking you up. Get up.
There might not be a tomorrow. You are coming to save you. And it starts with one brutal question that we have to ask in our own mirror. What does your week prove that you actually believe? I get to do this. I get to do it every single day, and that is what motivates me to be here. That draft, that's a rep. That workout, that's a rep. That side project, that's a rep. Your parenting, also a rep. Those reps you're going through, messy. But those reps are also how you get good over time, because confidence comes from action. Yes, not waiting to feel ready to go. Is this AI slop or not? You guys spent some time on the networks lately? It's just full of AI slop. So, but yet we find so many of these, what do we want to call them, Neiman? Thought leaders offering us regurgitated AI slop.
He just called out the slop merchants. Stay here, the full show is starting soon, and it gets even louder.
Every day, capable humans look in the mirror and convince themselves the best years are gone.
So today we're spotlighting real humans, still giving their best at 40 and beyond, to prove that getting after it at any age is possible. Plus, today's guest has raised 3 daughters alone.
Summited the 7 peaks and kayaked the Grand Canyon.
And he did it all as a blind man, nation. So really, what's your excuse?
Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where accountability partner here to help you start your day with real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation. We are live and we are an R-rated experience.
The best part was when I got out of the car, it was completely.
Everybody's trying to win, nobody's trying to solve.
Live beats perfect every time.
Reset is a decision, not a calendar date.
Listening is how you find the real problem underneath the surface. Yo, nation, this morning isn't about comparison. Well, actually it is. Yeah, true story. Hey, it's about confrontation. And the moment you decide whether maybe you're 35, maybe you're 40, maybe you're 45, and you're thinking that your story starts to fade out, or Or maybe you're just getting started. But hey, I see you out there, nation. Because first, welcome to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, your live morning show experience built for men and all the humans who want real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation. Make me a PowerPoint. We are here every single Wednesday. No, we're here Monday. My team's like, what? Wednesday? It's only listen, I was writing my monologue this morning, and I'm excited, man. Brand new show dropped this Wednesday. Cheryl Whitaker, Jason Hewlett yesterday. But hey, you guys, we are live here every single weekday morning, 8 o'clock, live, morningsinalab.live. We are the network. We are the show to help you get your ass up and get you out of bed. We are live. We're on replay. Hey, listen, if you are Olympic fan, today's the show you want to be a part of. Where are you tuning in from? And if you are a Winter Olympics fan, we're having that conversation. This is an R-rated experience, you guys. So if you are easily offended, or if the kids are in the room, I would invite you to walk them out of the room or put those old Olympic headphones on, because now's the time to get those headphones on or make a strategic exit. And hey, snoozers, we are now 333 minutes behind. Yeah, you're behind me, you're behind Sullivan, you're behind every dude out there who refuses to submit to a fucking button. Yeah. Listen, guys, just saying it like it is. That's 5 hours, 33 minutes. That's actually a marathon that you could be running while that button has got complete control over your life. Think about it. That little button is controlling your life, and you're telling me you're too busy. You're telling your partner, you're telling your kids that, kids, I really don't have time to do something right now because I'm busy. No, you hit the fucking snooze button. That's the truth. Hey, we are your daily accountability partner. We cost you nothing. All you got to do is get up, join us, 8 o'clock live, morningsinalab.live. And hey, guys, listen, coming up Morning Loop, the type 2 leaders. Are you a Trump or are you Obama? Yeah, so right now the world's kind of crazy. Are you a Trump leader or an Obama leader? We're going to have that conversation this morning. Other current conversations happening around the world. Some of the top Winter Olympic uniforms and outfits ever. We're putting them on the table today. We kind of teased this a little bit yesterday. Looks like the Olympics might be moving to January because there's no snow in the world. And hey, apparently, we're checking suits. Apparently that some of our Olympic athletes have massive packages. Yeah, producer Kai found that one. Good job, Kai. Yeah, big packages. You can read between the lines as much as you would like to read with that one. But apparently WADA, the world, maybe authority on something is checking suit boost. Checking packages of the Olympians. Hey, we got Lonnie Bedwell on center stage today with Sophia Grant, myself, John Anderson, a blind Navy veteran who refused to let vision loss define his life. I'm looking forward to that one. Lonnie rolled his kayak through the Grand Canyon over 1,500 times, has taken on some of the most dangerous rivers in the world, and has stood at the summit of Mount Everest. I'm telling you, man, we are the Mount Everest show as of late. Good job, Ann, getting some awesome guests on the show here. Good morning, Holroyd. I see you out there. This is a man, Lonnie Bedwell, who kept choosing effort when quitting would have been much more easier and actually made more sense. His story just doesn't inspire, it confronts, because, well, it forces that hard question most humans avoid. Do we have limits, or are excuses too convenient? Deep dive BS with no BS with Dr. John Petrocelli. Petro's in the lab today. Yeah, we got 2 conversations. We got a bunch of people over 40, and they're not making any excuses. A 54-year-old curler, 44-year-old snowboarder, 41-year-old alpine skier, 46-year-old Brazilian bobsledder. This is not about becoming an Olympian, guys. No, it's about recognizing the moment that excuses start sounding reasonable and deciding whether you're still willing to compete for your health, your marriage, your business, and your mental fitness. And hey, guys, we talked about it yesterday. This is not about six packs or abs. It's about getting older with our kids along the way. Deeper dive 2. Yes, the disturbing truths men learn way too late in life. Hey, the morning, folks, the birth of a network. And hey, there's no community corner today. The handsome Chiefs got to get on the road. I'm going that way. I'm going to see Carter play some hockey. All right, fellas, let's grab the coffee and settle in, because you know what? You know what, nation? You know what, nation? Holroyd, you know what? Hey, good time. You know what? Cheryl, you know what? Hey, Maddie, you know what? Kai, you know what? The morning loop starts right now.
Nation, Olympic energy means standards. Less. No vibes, no stories, just reps. Your excuses want a podium. They want applause for effort. That's not how any of this works. If you're 40, you're not late. You just need accountability. The window is still open.
Some people are still competing at 40, even 50. You can walk, you can do a lift.
And big shout out Jason Hewlett. Show 3 is in the books. That's consistency with a microphone and no excuses.
Stay with us, nation. We'll roast the excuses, then hand you one next rep. Simple enough to execute.
Hey, so we got a phone on this show. Yeah, it's an actual phone. Like, it's actually a phone. It's right here. And you can phone it if you want. You can pretend it's 1996. Because if you're in your 40s, you probably remember when you could phone in phone shows. Well, this show is like phone shows, radio shows. Hey, 431-300-3005. If you got something to say and you don't want to say it in the comments, come text me. If you got something to say, you don't want to say it in the comments, come leave me a voicemail. If you got something to say and you want to put it on the show, come call me. 431-300-3005. Coming up in a couple minutes, the big dog himself is arriving via a special mode of transportation today that I have no clue how he's getting here today. His name? Well, it's John Anderson. Hey, Frog Stomp 1. Oh, no, Frog Stomp 11. What's going on, Frog Stomp? I see you here earlier today. Good to have you in the lab this morning. Hey, guys, so I'm super excited, man. Next couple weeks are Olympics, and I get a sense that we are leaning into the Olympics for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, I can see it. It's very clear. Kudos to my team. Fucking awesome, man. The opener, the countdown, the leaning into the Olympic stuff. Let's do it. We're live every single day, 8 o'clock on the Mornings in the Lab .live channel. And why we would not lean into the Olympics is actually beyond me. So I'm excited about that one. Hey, before we get into the Morning Loop monologue, just to quickly tease what's happening later on in the show, I got a number for my team. 100,000 lines. Yeah. Neiman, Jimmy, Kai. 100,000 lines. Of what? Of code. Yeah. 100,000 lines of code powering Conversation OS so far. Yeah, I added it up this morning. I've been busy. I've been busy and I'm determined to get this thing done. So I was doing some little auditing this morning of the platform, and we are at just under 100,000 lines of code that myself and Claude and Manus and a bunch of agents have built together. So, and I got a 7-hour road trip today. So my plan is to code on my 7-hour road trip to go watch Carter play some hockey. And then my plan is to spend the day tomorrow waiting for the next game to play hockey, coding again. So my goal is by the time I get back to the lab, we are sitting back with a platform that is, which is boom, bitty, boom, bitty, boom, 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 boom. Oh, what's Conversation OS, you're wondering? It's the platform that's powering Mornings in the Lab, and it's the platform that will power the Mornings in the Lab live network. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, listen. Later in the show, I'm going to tell you something I don't think people are ready to hear. Jimmy, they're not fucking ready to hear what I'm going to say, man. I'm telling you right now. They're like, oh, what's he going to say now? But I watched it happen this week with my own eyes. Oh, baby. Yes, I didn't just see content. Oh, I'm jacked. I had tears in my eyes yesterday. I saw the birth of Jimmy. No kidding. I saw the birth of the vision coming to life. I watched a conversation with Roofy and Whitaker yesterday, postulating on what they're building. So excited. I was all giddy inside. I saw the birth of the vision, you guys. The Mornings in the Lab live network. Now, 4 shows deep. And listen, well, you know, it's not 40. It's not 50. But to those of you that are waiting to start your first podcast, well, we got 4 on the network already. Yeah, so listen. And it's starting to feel less like a project and more like an actual live takeover. And here's the part that's going to sting for a lot of people. There's a lot of creators out there, Jimmy, right now. I'm going to start on Monday. I'm going to get my project started next week. Or that podcast that they've had going for a couple weeks that they've paused. Well, and a lot of those podcasters and creators still recycling the past, the same formats, the same safe takes, the same talking head videos, the same content that they have been creating for 5 years, the same content they've been creating since the pandemic, the same fake hype, the same fake views, the same fake downloads. Oh yeah, I watch it all. I know, baby. We are building the future in real time right here with a team that's borderline obsessed. I watched it yesterday. Mark and Mildred just obsessed over making Hewlett's show great. And AI integrated like it's a nervous system not an add-on party trick. So, if you're here for the usual good morning energy, good. But if you want the real thing, you want to know what's going on behind the scenes? Well, if you want a look behind the scenes of when a vision stops being an idea and starts becoming inevitable, because stick with me, coming up later on in the show, I'm going to say the quiet part out loud that might offend some of you. And I promise you, some people, well, fuck yeah. Some of you, most of you are not going to like it. I'm telling you right now, because you're all fucking lazy. Oh, I've called you out. Yeah, I did. You're all just waiting for Monday to start. Yeah, well, you're 5 hours behind if you're hitting that snooze button. All right, I see the boy. Oh, I see the mode of transportation making its way to the lab. Let's go. Oh, I love that.
The Gay Brothers, they got me tucking my jeans into the pants like they do. Nice.
Did you not ever do that? I did.
No.
I
say that was a cool setup till I got a little better looked, and I was like, I might be a little on the gay side of that.
Hey, I celebrate my gayness, my happiness, my feminine side of myself, the all sides of myself. Yeah, dude, I was a dude growing up, a little preppy Johnny growing up, a husky guy trying to struggle with my body weight and my jeans that didn't fit or all the clothes that didn't fit. But I'll tell you, man, I went through a little period of time where I thought I could tuck my jeans into my boots and be the happy man.
If one of my uncles was caressing my nutsack, I may have been doing the same thing.
Cut ass. Hey, I'm living longer today. How are you today? You living longer too?
Yeah, living longer so much that I'm fucking tired, man.
You know what? I found a fucking picture that I can't wait to show you. I think it might be in John Before You Go or something. But I thought of you, and I thought of your physical activities, and I thought that maybe you would enjoy the picture that I found that I'll show you later or tomorrow. I'm glad to hear. How was your day yesterday? Did you get the bidet installed yet or what?
We did.
Oh,
got the bidet installed. They're getting a lot of work done around here. About every 5 years, there's just shit that you got to get done.
Yeah. Speaking of getting done, I got to tell you something, man. So we don't talk much about this, but so I was obviously I'm building our platform Conversation OS that powers this thing. So I did an audit this morning while I was having coffee. Because I'm working hard all week, like fucking head down, burning candle at both ends. Dude,
I'm just define an audit for those that don't know, because I'm one of them.
Yeah. So I took the whole platform and just like went through top to bottom to see, what have we built? What is
just with your eyes,
yeah, with my eyes. Yeah. But also with some words, like I had it spit me out. Basically, what have we created? Like share me the roadmap, share me the brief, right? Like share for me everything that is inside of this application that we built, right? So like this platform.
So you basically had chat look at it and say, what is this?
That's it. Yeah, that's exactly it, Johnny. 100%. Yeah, I sat down with chat and I said,
it's like a second opinion, like someone that's never seen it before.
Yes, it's exactly right.
It's actually a really good idea.
And sitting at over 100,000 lines of code as of this morning.
Define a line of code.
So a line of code is like a sentence that would make something work, right? So if you're thinking about in the language of English language, right? So a 20,000 word essay or a 30,000 word essay or a book, you're thinking, okay, it's a lot of words to create this story, this book, right? So the words is essentially the code to create what we are building here, like everything that show is sitting on top of, right? So this platform per se, right? So I am now at just around 100,000 lines of code that I've been working on all week. I started it last Friday, and I've just been going nonstop. And today I'm actually
basically a message.
So basically almost like 100,000 word essay.
Yeah, and each message has a prompt.
Each message has a purpose, exactly. And the other thing, John, is that they all have to interconnect and work.
Dude, you just described peptides right there.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. And if they don't work, there's a bug. Right, so maybe it's the same kind of thing in the peptide world, but if it doesn't connect,
if they don't work, you got some bunk shit.
Yeah, so I'm today after the show. I'm heading out to see Carter. I'm gonna head west and go watch him play some hockey. And I got a 7-hour road trip. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna set up my old devices and I'm going to do 7 hours of coding while I'm driving because it's articulating, it's using my words, it's speaking, but it's thinking and speaking.
Somebody else is driving.
No, I'll be driving, but I'll be using my voice. So I'll be talking to my
okay.
So I'll be, right.
Okay.
So, and that's what a lot of people don't really kind of wrap their head around, John. Like the computer interface of tomorrow is voice.
So give me an example. You're an hour in.
Yeah.
And you're going to start a new line of code. What are you going to say?
Great question. So I'm going to have my phone mounted in my truck. And as I'm driving, I'm going to see what we've created. And then I'm going to articulate in my head what we want to create next. And then I'm going to explain it to my developer, which is an AI agent, just like I'm explaining it to you. So very much using my words in English language. But here's what I have found, and I was having a conversation with a friend this week where they struggle. And you said it. You said it a couple months ago. I don't know if you remember, but people think that AI makes you lazy. No, it actually makes you. You have to think harder. You have to clearly articulate which one.
Depends on how you use it.
Yes,
it's a tool. Tools can make you better, or they can make you lazy for sure.
Bingo. So I'll get into the truck and I'll talk to it. And then as I'm talking to it, it'll say, great. So no different than me saying to you as a human saying, hey, John, put together a program for me. You'd listen to me. You'd ask me questions. Then you'd go to work, give it to me, ask me if I like it. What do I want changed? It's the same thing, but instead of a human, I'm interacting with an AI agent that's building it for me. So, and then I'll be honest with you, why I feel like this is a great use of my time, because while it's coding, I can do something else. So I'm driving.
You tell it what to do, then it starts working.
Yeah, like right now before the show, it's doing some work right now. So while we're on the show, it's working right now. So while I'm driving, it's working. So I can multitask, and so I'm pretty excited about that actually. So
yeah, coders are in trouble, aren't they?
Yes. So I was talking to Carter yesterday. So I don't expect you to know this, but I'll tell you something. I'm really glad you brought this up because you'll get this. So Anthropic, one of the frontier models, the AI models, so there's OpenAI, ChatGPT, there's Anthropic, which is Claude, there's Grok, which is Elon, right? So you got the big three frontier models. Those are like the big models, like the master models in the world, okay? So this week, Claude launched a tool for lawyers. You're going to be fascinated by this. They launched this tool for lawyers on their platform. They knocked off $600 billion worth of market cap of software companies that sell software to lawyers.
Wow, that's a chunk.
So now you can start to wrap your head around the impacts of how this is going to happen, and people really can't see it, right? Because if you're building software for lawyers, and now Keith and John's company now is like, well, we don't need to buy software from John's software lawyer company. We can just use this thing over here. It starts to make you question why you would be building this software. So you are correct, man. The world of developers is, every role is changing, but that's
now a coder basically needs an AI to keep up with the other coder who's using 100%. AI.
100%. You're bang on. Yeah, you're bang on.
It's like a guy who tries to run a business without the internet versus a guy that runs it with the internet.
Yes. Hey, dude, we got a blind guy coming up on the show here today. Blind guy who summited Everest, but he's achieved some crazy shit in life. Blind. Again, another reason not to have an excuse to accomplish crazy shit, man. Unbelievable. So I'll tell you right now, for me as a human, we talk about what scares you. That's my biggest fear in life. Johnny, true story, would be losing my eyesight. Like if you want to make me cry or really poke the bear for me, it would be, Keith, I'm taking your eyesight away. I think I might ask you to kill me instead. And I don't want to be disrespectful to our guests, but that's something that really, really gets me.
It's weird. Check this out. I totally get what you're saying. And so it just totally reminded me of a thought process I had when I was younger. I chose to do what I was going to do.
Yes.
I had to have, of course I was committed. I'm like, okay, yes, I'm going to do it. I don't care what the consequences were.
Yeah.
But then at some point along the lines, you sit down and think, okay, let's just kind of role play a little bit, right? What happens when, potentially the worst or something really, really nasty happens? Like, for example, one of my training partners, he fucking lost his leg, and he hurt such a bad injury, he lost his leg in competition.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, literally.
Oh my God.
The amount of surgeries he's had is fucking insane. But anyway, beside the point. So that would be terrible. You know, God knows getting terminally ill.
Yes.
You know, I don't know how you'd lose your eyesight from shit I was doing. But the point of being is that I entertained all of these crazy thoughts.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, well, this could be the worst case scenario. Are you good with what may come?
Okay. Yeah.
I thought about it and I thought,
yeah.
Yes. It took me a few minutes, but I thought, you know what? But what it did was it through me adapting this train of thought over the years, like when I really positioned my mind, like when you say lose your eyesight, first thing in my mind goes, okay, this sucks, but it's an opportunity. That's the way I've got my mind trained for.
I know you do. Yeah.
Whatever shows up, right? It's going to be an opportunity.
Yes.
And hopefully nothing shows up. I'm not begging for it.
I understand. Yeah.
But it's kind of weird because normally a person would never really get themselves in a place where they would be accepting of, you know, the foot dropping, so to speak.
Yes.
You know.
Oh, listen, man, since I've been doing this show with you and hanging out with you and spending time with the people we spend time with on this show, I will be frank. Much of my point of view on things has changed and has evolved. And there's really, like, dude, the guy we met yesterday, like maybe one of the greatest guests of all time, and the blind fellow today, like there's really no excuse. The only excuse is up here in your brain, right? So if you have a tragedy happening, which could happen, you know, it's how do you turn it around to something? You know, look at our, and I see your comment, Broadboard. If you like music, you would love music as a blind man. I can imagine. I just mean that's a fear for me. Like it's an actual legitimate fear, right, of losing my.
So think like this, and I saw this TV show once.
Yeah.
It was a discovery show, right?
Yes.
And it was basically it was people who, and it's kind of weird how things come to you. It came to me early in life, after I'd come to grips with this.
Yeah.
And the title of the show was something about people with, you know, big setbacks doing amazing things.
Yeah.
One of them was a lady who was fucking born with no arms.
Dude.
Only legs.
Maybe one of those. Remember thalidomide? We grew up with that drug. That there was a bunch of thalidomide babies that were born in North America. Do you recall that? Like no arms, no legs, and
I don't remember that.
Okay.
But this lady had no arms, and basically turned out to be completely self-sufficient and a mother. It showed her fucking writing. This is back in the days we wrote checks. Writing checks with her fucking feet. Showed her going to the grocery store, pulling shit off the shelves.
Yes.
Without her feet.
Yes.
I mean, living a normal fucking life with no arms. And that just shows you what's possible.
Yes.
When you're forced to adapt.
Yes. Yeah. Well, look at our buddy Rich Ingram. We haven't talked to Rich in a while. Lost his arm and he was forced to adapt. Right. So I'm with you, man. And I know we like to have a lot of fun around the edge, around, goofy things here. And we always invite people to judge the book by its cover. But I'll tell you, man, we get folks with no arms, no legs who are doing crazy things. I want to have them on this show because that just shows you what is actually possible by all of us humans. And, you and I joke, there's too many guys that are hitting the snooze button, not doing shit, making self-sabotaging, behaviors.
Well, I heard you calling everybody lazy.
Well, fuck, man. 5 hours. If you hit the snooze button already, you actually could have ran a marathon already so far. So if somebody hit the snooze button since the start of the year, that's actually a marathon. Like 5 hours.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
Make the fucking choice.
Yes.
Set your alarm.
Yes.
A little bit later, and then fucking get up.
Yeah.
If you want the fucking 9 minutes, set it for 9 minutes later, and then fucking get up.
Yes.
Now you're holding the promises. One of the baselines for us as humans being productive is fucking doing what you say.
Yep. Exactly. Hey, I got some fun topics to throw on the table before we bring our guest in here. So this one Kai found for us this morning. The World Anti-Doping Agency says it's looking into some strange but potentially serious allegations around men's packages. Jimmy, what is this one all about?
Around men's what?
Packages. Yeah, I think
they're nuts.
Yeah. So it looks like some athletes might be using a cosmetic filler to alter a body measurement used during mandatory 3D scans, which then affects what suit size they're allowed to wear. I guess this came up because the claim for service, because where is it here? It's Yeah, these ski jump suits are tightly regulated because looser suits can act like a bit like a wing, but they're putting these suits on, and it's the crotch area. So
you're looking for any extra material.
Yes, exactly correct. Exactly correct. So
you basically got to get that thing up to par and get your measurement.
Yes.
Interesting.
You know what I love about this is, and
it just shows you what the little things that a high level athlete will fight for.
I was trying to find those words, and you just said them out of my. It's exactly it, right?
Yep.
Exactly. And the funny thing is, John, you know as well as I do because you spent time in these locker rooms. All it takes is for one person to discover it, right? And then somebody's like, "Oh, wait, what's that guy doing? Oh, what's he doing?" And then it just goes from that's got to be how it works. I'm thinking one person discovers it, and then it just makes its way through the locker room. Would that be fair?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is there's an NFL player.
Yes,
he's got a boy who's Cafferty. His boy's Christian Cafferty.
Yeah,
like one of the top running backs in the league right now.
Yes.
Well, his dad, Cafferty's dad, was like a receiver.
Yes.
Not really fast,
okay,
but a good receiver. So he was trying to, of course, working on his speed. But he's like, I'm so much faster without all this fucking equipment on. So he was the guy who got these bitty little shoulder pads and started fucking cutting his uniform up to shreds. Like he would there's all sorts of pockets inside pants for pads.
Yeah, okay.
He'd cut the fucking pockets out. He'd like the jersey has 2 layers in many places. He'd cut the second layer out. So he just got rid of every bit of extra fucking material that he could to lighten his load. And now no pads, no knee pads, no thigh pads. In the beginning, that was like, what? This guy's not wearing pads. Now fucking even the guys in the front line don't wear fucking pads, Barry.
Yeah. Because that one guy starts it, right? Really?
Yeah, 100%. Because everybody realized, fuck, these pads are creating an issue.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Maybe it shaves a little bit off the fucking career, but like, what was it? Our guest was climbing. And he was in the NFL.
Yeah.
What he said, point blank said, the hardest part, and I agree with this, is staying at that high level.
Oh, for sure.
So once you're there, you're looking for whatever fucking angle you can to keep.
Yes.
That's why I chose not to get fucking back surgery, because it was like I knew if I took that fucking break, somebody coming up was going to take my fucking spot.
Yeah, well, that's just it, eh?
Yeah.
There's got to be a lot of dudes in the locker room, and I'll use the locker room as a metaphor, Johnny. There's got to be a lot of dudes in the locker room that go through that same mindset that you just talked about, right? Which is, if I step away, there's a young buck that's going to step in, whether it's
because it's factual, dude.
It is.
Yeah, because all it takes is somebody getting a chance.
Yes.
Having one moment that fucking outshines you, and guess where you are? You're down at the fucking bottom of the card, or you're not getting re-signed, or whatever it is.
This is where I believe many men in our demo, between the ages of 40 and 55, that are currently still working at a job. I would hope they are nervous about the young buck coming behind him, the 20, 30-year-old, because he's got skills that 40, 45, 50-year-old man that, you got the wisdom and the experience. But if you're not learning some of those new skills, that 20, 30-year-old going to be passing, what's just happened to me? Those new skills leaning into the world around us right now is what I'm saying, because I can see it.
And the guy that gets a job, wouldn't you say that he probably leans into it less? The guy that chooses not to get a job, he really fucking leans into it.
Yes. Well, because here's the thing, John. That's clearly what I'm going to say next. I'm the 54-year-old, 30-year-old coming into the organization, making decisions, going, why is that old guy doing that when that young person with all those skills can do that? Right. So what I'm saying is that there's these new leaders, these new CEOs, these new executives coming up through the ranks that are looking around going, well, that old dude's doing things the old way. Why aren't we doing things the new way? Right. And that to me is going to happen more and more. Hey, coming up in a couple minutes, Lonnie Bidwell joining myself and John Anderson, have some fun conversation. But before we do that, hey, Johnny, there's 2 types of leaders. And this is important today. And I'm going to put them out there. Are you a Trump or are you an Obama?
Nation, New START was a U.S.-Russia nuclear treaty. It set limits. It also required verification, like receipts.
Verification means data and inspections. It stops pure guessing. When that expires, uncertainty goes up fast.
So this is the last formal cap framework ending.
Two biggest arsenals, less structure, more assumptions, more pressure.
So I put this one on here because, so as long as you and I have been alive, there's a nuclear treaty that's signed between America and Russia, and that expired yesterday. Now, I'm not here to talk about the politics of it. I just kind of thought I'd put it on the table to talk around just the different ways that.
Well, you hold on. You play this big fucking statement on the table. You have to define each one of these fucking guys. Which type are you? Like yesterday in my lifestyle tip, are you a man who believes, or are you a man who doesn't believe? I defined your choice. Define your choices?
Well, that's what I'm going to get to here. So, that nuclear treaty was signed by Obama with Russia. Our current president, Trump, has let it expire.
And it was saying what it was saying.
It was saying that we are going to agree that this is going to be the rules of engagement. I'm paraphrasing, but this is the rules of engagement. Yeah. We can only have this in the box. Well, those rules of engagement expired a couple of days ago. So the current president has said, let them expire. So I wanted to throw this conversation on the table because what kind of leader are you? Or not you, but rhetorically, are you one that's a diplomat, which is let's go back to the table and re-agree on what the rules of engagement are going to be? Or are you the kind of leader who is, and again, not you, but just rhetorically, or are you the kind of leader which is, no, I am going to set the rules of the box. I don't believe in diplomacy. This is what it is. And it's kind of that diplomat or warrior philosophy. Do you follow what I'm saying there? So there's two kinds of leaders that go through this situation, regardless if it's a nuclear thing or it's something at work or even dealing with your clients. It's the question is, what kind of leader are you? Are you diplomatic, or are you more of a boom, boom, boom? This is how it's going to be.
Well, then the question you have to ask yourself is, when Obama made that, I don't know. I'm guessing, that Russia was all primed and peaked.
Yes,
they're fucking. Rode hard, put away wet. They just dumped out most of their fucking goddamn military on Ukraine.
Yes.
So it's like, is it because they're negotiating with a different Russia today than they were back then?
Well, so that's an interesting question, actually. So again, if we remove the politics of it, and which I find fascinating, because you're then saying, has the situation changed enough where I know enough to say, I don't really want to do diplomacy because I know you're weak right now. Right? Like, I know you have some weakness. So diplomacy is not something I'm interested in. So again, I know you like to play chess. And I love that about you. So it's some strategic thinking around that, right? So it's like, I'm looking at you across the table. I can see you're weak. Fuck you. I'm not being diplomatic right now.
Well, and I'll make an example in competition. Right. Yeah. So let's just say that we're in a heat.
Yes.
There's 10 people in our heat, and we're trying to get to the finals. We're in the preliminary heats.
Yes.
Right. And so I'm looking around, I'm going, okay, on this event, 7 people don't mean anything, but there's 2, I'm one of 3, and there's 2 others that are going to be fucking duking it out for that first fucking spot.
Oh, yeah.
So I go and I say, look, generally speaking, we know that I beat you in this event. So I will, you make sure you go out and you do 6. I'll go out and I do 7. I win by 1, but the next event coming, down to you. But in that event, there's 7 people I won't even have that conversation with.
So is that being? No, I see what you're saying. Yeah. There's
Why would I negotiate with someone that doesn't have the possibility to fucking impose their position on my points?
Yes. Yeah. There's no diplomacy going on there. When you watch this shit on television, you ever notice that one guy gets 5 because they only show the top few, the guys that don't, 100%,
one guy gets 5, the next guy gets 6, the next guy gets 7.
Yes.
Is it just coincidence that it just everybody seems to one up each other? No, that's all fucking planned. They're trying to get through the heats.
Yeah. It's. Leadership is, listen, leadership's fascinating to me. I enjoy leadership. I like leading. I like watching other leaders. I'll tell you something. So who was it yesterday? I think I found the quote, but, Mark Andreessen, Anderson Horowitz, big investor company in the US. He puts a question on the table yesterday, because I know you and I talk about Elon a lot. He's like, he throws the rhetorical question out there. He's like, doesn't anybody wonder why more CEOs in America don't act like Elon? And I was like, holy fuck, that's actually a pretty good question.
Well, do they know how?
Well, interesting. Well,
I mean,
Okay.
fuck.
That's
I mean, it's like saying, well, why don't all these fucking people that are broke act like billionaires?
Yeah, or why isn't every NBA guy like Kobe Bryant or LeBron James?
Yeah.
So
I mean, fuck, it's not that easy just to make, oh yeah, I'm going to be like him tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. Fuck, are you kidding me? It took a fucking lifetime to be that person.
Yeah, no, and again,
and the things that he does, you haven't even sniffed.
Yeah,
the rhythm of his life got him there. Your rhythm is not even on his Richter scale.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. Good morning, Axel. Good morning. Welcome to Mornings in Live with Keith, John, and friends. All right, center stage, Sophia Grant.
Real quick, my answer to that would be, why can't they?
Well,
because
we know
they can't. Because they can't.
We know the answer. The answer to that. It's exactly it. Center stage, Lonnie Badwell, Keith and John this morning with Sophia Grant on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
If you've been carrying a private fear lately that your best days are behind you, you'll change your mind after hearing this guy's story. Because the real test isn't pressure or age. It's what happens when life knocks everything familiar out from under you. In 1997, Lonnie Bedwell lost his sight instantly in a hunting accident. At the same time, he was raising 3 young daughters. He lost his balance, his independence, and a big part of how he saw himself. Depression set in, and daily tasks became difficult. One day, his youngest daughter took his hand and helped him mow the lawn. When he finished, she yelled, "You did it!" That moment didn't inspire him. It gave him proof he could still finish something, even when it was hard and uncomfortable. From there, Lonnie started doing what most people would never attempt. He kayaked 226 miles through the Grand Canyon blind. He became National Geographic's 2015 Adventurer of the Year, then kept pushing limits on rivers, mountains, and across continents. On May 22, 2023, Lonnie reached the summit of Mount Everest, becoming the first blind veteran to do it. Through it all, Lonnie was also a single father. He raised 3 daughters and stayed present while rebuilding his life. His message is simple: I never gave up, and neither should you. Lonnie, we're so excited to have you on the big show. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab.
Johnny, imagine this. Your best friend accidentally shoots you during a turkey hunt.
Jesus Christ.
You instantly lose your vision and it never comes back. Lights out forever at 31 years old. You got 3 young daughters waiting for you at home. Today's guest lived through it all. And instead of giving up, this guy became an extreme sports adventurer, all while raising his girls as a single dad. Teaching them.
You know what I see that's fucking over the top amazing is that most people would just be fucking stoked that they learned how to fucking mow the lawn and do the dishes and make dinner for their kids. He was like, okay, I got this. Now I'm going to go fucking climb the biggest fucking peak in the goddamn world.
Like, dude,
that's the amazing part. Most people would settle for mowing the lawn.
I got goosebumps. I got some tears in my eyes because we got a guy coming here right now that's we're going to call this Lonnie Bedwell is living proof that every excuse out there, Johnny, is bullshit. Let's bring him in. Lonnie Bedwell to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Lonnie, man, dude, I don't even know how to start except thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear, man. We can hear you. Dude, where are you joining us from today?
I'm joining you from Duggar, Indiana.
Duggar, Indiana. Yeah. Man, I'm so grateful to have you in the lab here today. Did we do any justice introducing you this morning? Did we
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you nailed. You probably did better than what you should have.
But dude, I got a question right out of the gate.
Yeah, do it, Johnny.
So when somebody, obviously you meet someone, they're going to figure out that you've lost your vision. And then let's say realize all that you've done. Do people like, come on, dude, this is a hustle. You got to be able to see a little something. Absolutely. Because yeah, I mean, there's no fucking way that the average brain can compute that you've gone from with pitch dark, you're doing things that most people can fucking never do when they have full vision. It's like, I would imagine the short-minded, the closed-minded people have a hard time even comprehending that you're truly blind all the way.
Yeah. I get accused of it all the time of having so much. And I want to kind of say one thing. It's not a correction, but I tell people all the time, and I truly believe this. I lost my eyesight, but I gained vision. Our true vision is within us, man. You know, part of mind or soul or spirit. and I gained vision when I lost my eyesight. So, but I get accused all the time. People who've known me for years will say, "Yeah, you can really see a little bit, right?" Yeah, I'm out here tearing down a little pole barn this morning. I got up at 5:30 this morning, went out here and I started tearing down the rafters, if you will, and trusses. I'm out there on the roof, tearing the purlins off of it to get it to the ground. So, yeah.
All right, so got a quick question, dude. You're on a fucking roof, right?
Yeah.
How do you figure out how is it that you figure out where not to step when you can't see? Is it like a counting process? You get up there and you have to map it out like, okay, here's the edge, X amount of steps to the peak. How is it you map this out in your mind so you are so efficient?
Well, when I find the edge, I fall. No, I just feel my way around. I'm just really cautious about it and feel my way around and just.
And then once you understand the environment, you're able to operate clearly very efficient with inside. That's so first is kind of discovering where you are, what to, where the edge is, and then okay, I understand where I am. Let's go to work.
Yeah,
wow.
Absolutely.
Lonnie, you cracked a joke there about about if you're on the roof, if you found the edge, you'd fall. And I want to ask you this. I'm going to make an assumption here. I'm going to make an assumption that you use humor to help break the barriers down for people who don't know how to maybe engage, interact, or pardon my pun, see the world through where you're at. And I'm wondering if humor is a mechanism for you to quote unquote rhetorically laugh with your audience about your disability. Would that be fair for me to say, Lonnie?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I as a matter of fact, I break the ice a lot just by that. People they don't know what to say a lot of times, and they won't speak. They won't approach you.
Yeah.
You're like, so if you can crack a joke, get them to laugh, laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
It just first and foremost, it makes life easier for you. And then it eases the tension within the room and the audience. And they tend to get more engaged at that point.
You could say some shit that probably most people wouldn't pick up at first. I know.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And I probably have.
And we go, wait a minute. This fucking blind guy likes my shoes. How does he know what shoes I'm wearing?
Oh, I think we lost Lonnie there for a quick second. Did we lose Lonnie there, Jimmy? I think we lost Lonnie there quickly here. Lonnie, you still there? Oh, we lost. I've
never seen it just go black before.
No, me neither. Yeah, I've never seen that either. There, we'll just knock Lonnie off for a quick second, dude. So while we're waiting for Lonnie to rejoin, there, so I asked that question because that's how I think I would, or that's how I think most people would probably want to address somebody where you don't know how to address somebody. You do it with humor. Humor is the natural ice cracker, isn't it, John? It really is.
Yeah, I mean, and just I think humor is kind of letting that person know, look, it's okay.
Yes. Yeah. Because, and you think about it too, I think we as humans, we connect by seeing somebody's eyes. So when we can't see somebody's eyes or we're unable to see into somebody's eyes, I think what it does is it makes us uncomfortable.
Dude, 100%. I mean, I in many cases, if someone's intimidated, I'll refer to myself as the big dipshit or big dummy, something like that, just to get them to fucking chill.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. No, I know. I'm with you there. Hey, Keith and John here on Mornings Live with Keith, John, and friends. We got our guest, Lonnie Bedwell. Just a couple of technical issues there. We got him in the green room, just waiting back for us there.
It is lovely. He's blind and he had no fucking problem getting on the show. What do all you motherfuckers that couldn't get on here that can have perfect vision have to say for yourselves now?
So I asked the humor joke because I want to know how far I can joke with him too, because I want to say, hey, Lonnie, you haven't seen Sophia Grant, but she's pretty hot, man. She introduced you to the show here today. So, or what did you think of the AI introduction of yourself, Lonnie? But coming up.
Well, it's crazy. He probably sees really fun. I mean, in his mind, he's envisioning much of what you're putting up there because it's his what he's listening to, he clearly turns that into a vision much more efficiently and probably much more beautifully. Like he said, he gained his vision. He probably sees much more good in things than you think about it. His fucking brain, one of the biggest fucking sensories his brain uses against us, is taken away from his brain.
Yeah, it's fascinating to me, man. It's absolutely fascinating to me. Hey, Jimmy, let's we're waiting for Lonnie. We'll get some words of wisdom up here. The 1966 children. Jimmy, if you have this one ready, let's get this one sorted out here, man. We got a little bit of a nugget here. I got a little video here that has in 1966, John, good time, years up on this one. These children shared their visions of life in the year 2000, and we're going to share a little bit up here. Let's do it, John. Jimmy.
But I think that there is going to be all this automation. I think it'll be people will be regarded more as statistics than as actual people.
I don't think it's going to be so nice. I think sort of all machines everywhere, everyone doing everything for you. You know, you'll get all bored, and I don't think it'll be so nice.
I think it's going to be very boring, and everything will be the same. I mean, people will be the same, and things will be the same.
First of all, those computers are taking over now. Computers and automation. And in the year 2000, there just won't be enough jobs to go around, and the only jobs there will be for people with high HQ, high IQ.
So think about that. That was done in the late 60s, and they're talking about the future, and we're living in the future now, and they nailed it.
Well, but very true. But one thing I want to point out about those kids,
yeah,
they were all very groomed. It looked like they went into some sort of a fucking finishing school or a private school.
Yes.
So those kids had been, their brains have been kind of molded in a direction to understand more than the average, I would say.
Yeah. Lonnie, you're back.
Yes, I have no clue what happened. I could hear you guys the whole time.
So can I joke with you? Dude, you pressed the wrong button, man. You pressed the wrong button, Lonnie.
That's probably what it was.
Hey, can you turn your
we need a little more volume, Lonnie. We can't hear you quite as well.
Can you get your volume up there, Lonnie?
Okay. That better?
Awesome. Yeah, you keep jacking it up, that'd be great.
Keep going, brother.
How's that?
Give us a couple more pumps.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't have a clue what happened there.
That's all right.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
That's okay. Can you get your audio up a little bit more there on Lonnie? Just a little more?
I'm up all the way.
Okay, there we go. We'll work better. Awesome.
Yeah.
So Lonnie, you were talking about humor and using humor to break the ice for folks. Let's continue that. That really is the number one. That's got to be one of the ways that you break ice for people because we want to see people's eyes. I know I jokingly put my sunglasses on this show here because to me people stop the scroll, but people want to see you and they can't see you. They don't know how to interact with you. Is that fair for me to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. It's like I said. It's like I got a plague. It's like they think I have some kind of a plague. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to do, and they don't ever engage. And then sometimes people you'll speak to them, or they'll say, "Why didn't he speak to me?" Well, I don't know you're there. So.
Yes, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Why didn't he say hi? Fuck, man. I couldn't see you.
Yeah. Hey, Lonnie.
What you're saying, brother. I think the first thing that came to my mind is these are people that have never really overcome major adversity, because some of this overcome major adversity is going to come up to somebody like you and be very interested in how you've done what you've done.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
That's much better.
I think that headset just broke on me, believe it or not.
Actually, you got to turn the volume down. See the button up at the top right screen?
Yeah.
I'm joking.
That headset's broke on me.
There we go. Can you notch it down?
Can you hear this set?
You're loud as can be now, brother. Shit.
Come on, man.
There we go. That's perfect. That's perfect. You're right there, brother.
Can you hear me?
You're right on the money. You're perfect.
Yes. Okay. That headset's just broke. Absolutely just broke.
That's okay. Hey, Lonnie. So let's get into the accident. You have your best friend Tim was the one who accidentally shot you, and a lot of friendships. Hell, there's a lot of people who wouldn't survive something like that, let alone shooting somebody. Do you guys still hunt together? Did you forgive him? And what did that conversation look like when you guys first kind of connected again?
Well, I didn't have to forgive him. One of the greatest gifts I was ever given in my life. Quite honestly, once I got to where I could talk again after a few days there, I was the one telling him, "Hey, bud, you got to let this go. I know you would never have done this on purpose." So, and now I tell him all the time two things. I tell him he's much better looking to me now than he used to be, and I probably wouldn't have went hunting with him if he just told me he's related to Dick Cheney. So.
Yes, because Dick Cheney did shoot somebody. Oh, Lonnie. Lonnie, talk about your daughters. Talk about the experience of cutting the grass and just those moments of when your daughter said, "Hey, you did it."
Yeah, I was literally 2 months into the accident, sitting here, quite honestly, fighting back tears, wondering how I was going to be daddy. What do they think of me? How I was going to do anything. I got up off the couch here, had no mobility training at the time. Long story short, I got outside and ran into my little barn. My weeds were up to my chest, and I just lowered my head. Anyway, my youngest daughter, she helped me get to the riding lawnmower, get it out to the barn, and I had her go back up the house and watch. And I mowed 3 laps around that barn, and when I heard her up the house squealing, jumping up and down, she said, "You did it, Daddy. You did it. I knew you could do it." And right then and there, I knew I was still daddy, the most important thing in my life at the time. And those 3 girls, when all the adults were quite honestly saying, "No, no, no," my daughters were saying, "Go, go, go."
Oh my God.
Well, brother, I think what you did is you probably gave them the most valuable lesson.
I don't know what I did. They taught me. I don't know what I would have done if it wasn't for them. They taught me that blindness, just like everything in my life, the time in the military, how I was raised, where I'm from, it's a part of me, but it does not define me unless I allow it to. And taught me to kind of humble myself, swallow foolish pride, face the fear, quit feeling sorry for myself. And they taught me and my buddy both, if we're going to truly move forward in our life, we have to let go of the negative stuff that happens.
Brother, with you doing what you did and having your girls watch you, you gave them the most valuable lesson a parent could ever give.
Yeah. Do you think about that, Lonnie? Like what John just said? Because you did. You showed them. You didn't tell them. You showed them.
Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't hear John. I heard you. I did not hear John. So,
John, you want to repeat that?
I don't know if he can hear me. Can you hear me, Lonnie? I think there's another glitch in the audio.
He's not coming through. This is wild.
Oh yeah. Okay. So what? You can't hear John at all. You can just hear me.
Yeah, I can just hear you. Can't hear John at all.
That's bizarre because we all can hear John here. So what?
Lonnie, tell him I'm holding up a sign so he can read it.
Yeah. Can you read John's sign? Sorry, Lonnie. Sorry, we're sad.
Well, if he puts it Braille, of course I can't read Braille anyway. So
you can't read Braille. Is that what you said?
I cannot. No.
Wow. No. Why not?
When I was in the military, I burnt both my hands a little bit on steam piping, and I have no real light sensational feel, and it just got so frustrating. I just give it up. And then technology advanced to where everything talks to you so much that I just do that.
Wow. Hey, we got a question from the community here. Which branch of the military were you in?
I was in the Navy for 9 years. I rode submarines, and then when I got off active duty, I rolled over into the Army National Guard. 3 years to the day, I got off of active duties when I was shot in that hunting accident, and that ended my military career.
Wow. And then you go to the top of Everest, and while you're doing the Everest journey, you had to wait for 17 days at base camp. Like you're sitting there, you're thinking, am I going to go? Am I not going to go? How much more difficult was it climbing Everest than it was cutting that grass for the first time with your daughters?
It was, from an emotional standpoint, in a lot of ways, very similar, to be honest. From a physical standpoint, naturally, climbing Everest was much, much harder. But, I remember taking those steps, all the challenges on Everest, having to cross the crevasses and go up over these head walls and around these seracs and an avalanche occurred, not an avalanche, a rock fall occurred above me, and one rock went right between my hands and it hit my foot and cracked the top of my boot going up one section, and all these helicopters going up above me at one point to rescue people. And I had an oxygen mask fail on me about 750 feet vertical feet from the summit, and everything telling you to turn around, but I can remember screaming at myself, no, just take another blanking step, and too many sacrifices to give me the opportunity to be there, and too many people following and watching.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny, can you try again? See if you can hear?
Testing. I don't think
This is unbelievable. Why couldn't I not hear him? Yeah.
That's really bizarre. You can only hear because we're all coming through the same system here. Hey, would you mind just leaving this? Let's do this. Let's move Lonnie off stage for a quick second, Jimmy, and then we'll see if we can bring him back on here. Does that work in there, Lonnie? Try this again here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Johnny,
can you hear me now, brother? Still nothing.
Huh, that's really bizarre. Well, listen, Lonnie, we are coming up to the top of the hour here, my friend. So I want to work towards wrapping up here with a quick second. Lonnie, so what keeps you active today? What do you work with folks today? Like where are folks finding you, actively engaging with you and so forth, Lonnie?
Yeah, I'm still out here doing climbs and trying to complete the Explorers Grand Slam, which is climb the highest peak on all 7 continents.
Yeah.
Both North and South poles. I have the North Pole left. And I'm getting ready to go back to Mount Kilimanjaro to climb with two buddies of mine who lost their eyesight in combat, and one is blind and deaf. But I do a lot of motivational speaking engagements to try to really encourage people that we can do so much more than we think we can, and if we just simply unite for a common goal, what can't we do together? And just try to create opportunities for a lot of other people with disabilities, both veterans and non-veterans.
You strike me as somebody that doesn't have a disability. Would I be correct in making that statement?
Oh, I have one. It's between my ears if you ask my dad. So.
Oh, I love that answer, Lonnie. Man, that is awesome. Hey, Lonnie, I got to be honest, man. I was could we Melissa and Jimmy, and Kai, let's re-engage with Lonnie. Let's get your technical situation reset up. I'd like to have you back to re-engage with myself and John. Can we do that in the future?
Absolutely, and I have no clue what's going on. Like that, one brand new headset, it didn't work. It failed on me, and went to second, and I can't hear you guys. So it's kind of crazy. Don't know. My apologies to y'all, but thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome.
Hold on, Lonnie. What's that, John?
Tell Lonnie that he did so much better than most people. Yes. He got on the show better than most people that have their good head sight.
Yeah, Lonnie, Johnny's right, man. We got a lot of dudes that can't get on our show with eyes, with ears, with all faculties, and they still can't get on the show. Dude, you don't have any eyes, and you still got on our show fucking more than twice. So whatever you're doing, you can teach the guys that can't get onto our show, Lonnie Bedwell.
Hey, no problem. Thank you. And hey, Johnny, you're a pretty good-looking fellow too, by the way.
Well, thank you,
Lonnie Bedwell. Thank you for your service, man. Lots of love from myself and John to you, and I want to have you back. Okay, so let's get your tech setup sorted out here. We'll get you back because I think you got more stories to tell, and I know our audience, and I know I want to hear, and Johnny wants to hear as well. Okay, pal?
Thank you, man. Sure. Be a privilege.
All right.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Lonnie's going to get out of here. We're going to do a lifestyle tip with Anderson, reset hour 2, and then we got the doc in, Dr. John Peschel. I think Peschel's joining us this morning. I know he's like, all joking aside, the blackout here is a microcosm of what Lonnie needs to deal with. I know Peschel's been dealing with some weather out there in the Carolinas, Johnny, but we're hoping Peschel's going to join us here in a few minutes. Lifestyle tip, reset hour 2, coming back with Keith and John. Mornings and Live with Keith, John, and friends.
That's so good. That bulldog right there, that pit bull is literally to the T my dog Midas. Anyway, lifestyle tip. It's only impossible until somebody does it. Think back over time. Think about how many things were not possible. And then as soon as the first person pulls it off, everybody else starts repeating what once was impossible. So the tip is keep an open mind. If you're looking around and thinking what's possible and what's not, you're limiting your future. You're limiting what could be. Just remember, if you're willing to put in the time, the effort, and the focus, there's nothing you can't do. Question is, are you going to be the first person to do something that is known to the average man as impossible? So remember, it's only impossible until the first person does it. Rock and roll.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. You are listening to The Big Show. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We got Dr. John Peschel joining us, where we help humans get up and get after daily. Today, we're talking about dumping the excuses, man. You're never too old, you're never too broken, and you never have, well, listen, our guest just on the show here today, blind Navy veteran who refused to let vision loss hold him back, climbing mountains. He's conquered some of the world's most dangerous rivers, including the Grand Canyon, stood on Mount Everest, and he's raised 3 daughters as a single dad along the way. And oh, hey, what have you done lately? Yeah, come reflect on that. Listen, go back and listen to the conversation we had with Lonnie, because if you're struggling to move forward today, well, Lonnie will give you no excuse to get up and get after it and hit those big goals today. Hey, coming up hour 2, we've got our own B-set. We got our own bullshit professor, Dr. John Peschel, joining us. I'm excited about this one. We're going to join us to talk about the Olympians that are still competing at 40 and beyond. We're going to reflect on the week, and then we're going to talk about things that are affecting men as we get older. Today's conversation is not of motivation; it's a mirror. Let's get into it right now. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Jimmy, let's run the opener for the deep dive. Let's get after it right now.
Nation, watch your face when you say, I'm too old. That isn't truth. That's relief. I say it like wisdom. It's avoidant. My body knows I'm negotiating with effort. Meanwhile, athletes in their 40s still line up. Some in their 50s stay roster ready. They don't call it luck.
And I act like a 10-minute walk is impossible. My excuse has better cardio than I do.
That's humiliating. Age changes the rules. It doesn't end the game. You just can't freestyle your health anymore.
Nation, audit your week. If your calendar shows comfort, your mouth can't claim goals.
Facts don't care. Pick one small change for 7 days, then repeat it. If you're still blaming age, you're protecting comfort.
Oh, I love it. BS or no BS with the dog himself, Petro.
What's up?
What's going on, brother? How are you today?
Excellent.
You snowed in over there or what?
No, it's all melted now.
It's all melted now, yeah. So what did you think of that guest that just left, man? Like, no excuses, eh? Honest to God.
Absolutely none. I think, I think Lonnie should do stand up.
Yes,
I mean, the guy's hilarious. And his ability to block out all of the negative.
Yeah,
and I think that's why he couldn't hear John. I think that's why he was, because if you watch, you just at the moment where everything blacked out, he was just talking about, getting over the negatives and
that's right. He said his vision. He gained vision when he lost his eyesight. Well, that was right about the time where all of a sudden he couldn't see me.
Yeah.
Couldn't hear me. Excuse me.
All of a sudden.
So I thought we put a conversation on the table today, or basically around, no excuses. And, coming out of the conversation with Lonnie, it's a good one. We're going into the Olympics. All of us men are as younger as ever, but this Olympics is trending to be older than ones in the past. And there's more Olympians than ever that are in their 40s and in their 50s. And, I'll tell you, you got people like Rich Ruohonen in curling, who's 54, Baumgartner, who's snowboard cross, 44, Lindsey Vonn, 41, Edson, Bindilatti, 46. Johnny's in his 50s, I'm in my 50s, you're in your 50s, Petro. We get Lonnie on the show who's in his 50s too, yet so many folks are struggling because they're making excuses. Let's just talk about excuses. And Petro, the idea of an excuse and the bullshit of an excuse. Petro.
Well, I think for a very long time, people did listen to sort of what was coming down the pike. What the stars that would have like these 10-year careers in professional sports, and then they would kind of call it a day because their bodies couldn't go further. But I think what we're starting to see now is the training and the nutrition and everything that people are trying to always push the envelope to get better, and to outperform the new people coming on to the team. I think what you're starting to see is the benefits of that longevity. I mean, like you forgot the one with is equally remarkable is Sidney Crosby still playing.
Yes,
he's
40 years old. Yes,
exactly. So I mean, and he's picked to be sort of the star of the Canadian team. I mean. but players, I mean, I think you did have some examples, like Nolan Ryan, for instance, had a super long career, but
yeah.
I mean, he had this form, the form that he used was like, they had analyzed, found it was like near perfect in terms of generating speed and accuracy and longevity. But I think you're starting to see this more, and people are sort of taking a break, like you see Serena Williams talking about possibly coming back. And
yeah.
I think, you know, once they've sort of taken a break, and then you know, and find ways to get even healthier, you know, and stop taking that, you know, all that wear and tear, you know, day after day, season after season. I think that, you know, they take a break and they realize, wait, you know, I can still do this.
Well, I think our very own, so I'm going to call Anderson. I think our very own John Anderson is that. And I'm putting him on the stage because Anderson, that's how I think of you, brother. Like, I think of you as kind of just resting right now and resetting to take your next journey towards wherever that's going to be, whether it's back on the stage. And I know we've talked, and those are big decisions for you, but you strike me as one of those athletes which has been taking care of yourself, postulating, looking to the future for you, ready to strike again.
Well, I mean, that's why, I mean, my shit, I was at a high level for just over 20 years.
Because you started, yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like, if you're not, and really, if it's, keep in mind, way back when I started, we didn't know what we know now.
Right.
So,
right.
but the one thing that worked in my favor is that I was a fucking fat little boy. Right. So yes. I was deathly afraid during my whole life, you know, even now, it's just not an option of being fat again. And so because of that, it drove me to eat in a certain way. And so one of the biggest things that I did to help my longevity was the avoidance of fucking processed foods and foods in general that created massive inflammation, because that inflammation is a big part of what breaks someone down.
Yeah.
So basically, because a lot of guys, you know, 10 years at a high level is a long time. I mean, some guys, even a couple of years, chews them up. So I think what it comes down to is these guys that are doing it for these really, really long times, whether they know it or not, you know, they're doing something that's allowing their bodies to defend a lot of the breakdown, the wear and tear. You know, if I could have started over again, my diet wouldn't have changed that much, but I would have been incorporating other methods of rehab along the way. It might have lasted me a little bit longer. But when it comes right down to it, you know, when you get athletes that are high level for 2 decades, that's a long fucking time. And you don't find athletes that do that without what we're talking about.
Yeah. I think, Petra, you nailed it though, right? Is there's more knowledge now where, and you know, you can take some time off. And if you kept yourself to a certain level, you can take some time off and then get back after it again. I think that's what we're seeing.
Yeah. And to learn vicariously, that ability today is tenfold what it used to be, I think. And like, John, how much of what you know, do you think has been built from what you may have learned throughout the years from Arnold Schwarzenegger or Lou Ferrigno or all of those greats? That what they did and what they didn't do, that you've incorporated without having to try it yourself.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question that you start off by looking at the greats and you start following their rhythms and patterns. But, you know, those will also be the same guys to say, you know, the technology's changed so much that, you know, when you take because you have to take the roots. None of the roots are always there. It's just then what other layers do you put on top to create that longevity, you know? So, yeah, I mean, it's there's no question. I would say if you talk to most athletes that retired and came back, I would say that there would be a vast majority of them would have wished that they had, if they could have done it again, they would have stepped back a little bit, maybe slowed the roll to allow more of an active recovery than just shutting it off. Because shutting off and coming back, there's a lot of people. I know countless fucking athletes that tried that and were unable to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think like you look at the music industry as well. I mean, you have so many of these bands that are coming out of nowhere after 20, 30 years off. I mean, we're going to see Iron Maiden in September. we saw Judas Priest this past summer. I mean, these guys long layovers, but they realized because they didn't do all of the crazy wild things that they learned vicariously from all of the other rock stars that maybe died young or burned out way too early and you never saw them again. But I think there's a big piece of it is a vicarious learning from others.
Well, and Tom Brady is a good example of that, right? You think about it, right? So, and Brady might be one of the guys that actually in the NFL has led kind of that way, as maybe the new, perhaps like the newer wave of athlete, right? Wasn't he guys in his late 40s as he was, finishing his career? No, am I correct, Petro?
Maybe early 40s, but even 40s at all in the NFL. I mean, is
speaking of Tom Brady, I actually saw it was a video, and it was him running a 40 at 4:46, and him running a 40 at the combine right out of college.
Yeah.
And funny enough, his 46-year-old self beat his 22 or 24, whatever it was. Yeah. Just by a nose. The younger guy actually got out of the gate a little faster. But dude, they had these guys like running on top of each other. So it wasn't side by side. You were watching literally and it was, what he did was he learned to basically get to a better top speed or carries momentum, whatever it would be. But he beat himself by a fucking nose. It was pretty crazy. Mm-hmm. Then that right there, that shows the consistency and all of the things it takes. Now, part of this whole thing, I understand as an older athlete, in the beginning, you're worried about putting in enough training. As you get to a certain point, call it the apex.
Yeah.
Whatever it was different for everybody. Like I was a late bloomer, which actually worked well for me because I hit my peak later in life than many. But once you start to go down the other side of the whole thing, the natural, whatever your peak is, you have to flip. And this is what screws a lot of guys up. You're not worried about training hard enough. You're worried about recovering enough. Because as you get older, if you don't match your recovery with your training, then that fucking decline goes really fucking fast. That was some. Go ahead.
I think that's what's changed, John, is that we now know the power of recovery, right? Mm-hmm. So as the older athlete, there's enough knowledge now that people recognize that we need to sleep, we need to recover. Because you're right, John. Petro and Johnny, we all grew up the same way. You go to the gym, get after. Nobody talked about recovery like we do today. I think that's probably one of the biggest changes, Anderson. Am I wrong?
And you got to learn to listen to your body. Like yesterday, I was supposed to go to the gym and play pickleball.
Yeah.
As I'm starting to move around, get ready, I'm like, gym's not happening today. My body's not. What am I gonna? I'm sitting there feeling. Well, what the fuck am I gonna train? Nothing is ready to go.
Oh yeah.
So we went and played a pretty nasty game of pickleball, which was, I just need to push myself and somehow it doesn't have to be in the gym. I just need to give some sort of physical, call it ass whipping.
Yes.
That's my formula. But, you have to learn to listen. You have to, the old me would have been, it doesn't matter. I'll just train whatever's the least sore.
Yeah. I was just going to say, that's exactly it. Yeah. Because you still would have trained.
Well, and then I realized that I had fucking life expectancy work starting at about 3:30. I'm like, okay, that's it. We got a 3.5 hour session planned. I need something in the tank for that too.
Petro,
I think though that I'm much healthier now than I was in my 20s and 30s, and I can do things now that I couldn't do then.
I believe it. Yeah.
Because I think one of the things the old me thought, well, you just have to work out every day, just have to, hit the weights and run every day. And then I realized I wasn't even getting enough protein. I was always tired. I was fatigued.
Yes.
And as soon as I started supplementing just 25 to 50 grams of protein every day, my recovery just like instantly kind of improved, tenfold.
That was, remember I mentioned my diet, Petro? That was probably the biggest thing, is that my protein levels have been sky high the whole fucking time.
That's been your, not want to say magic, but that's something you leaned in on day one. You learned it worked for you and you kept getting after it. Johnny Anderson.
I did a majority of a prep to get my pro card at 700 grams of protein.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's 500 more.
You're primarily just eating fucking protein, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's keep this rolling here. We're talking with Keith John and Petra Charlie this morning on Mornings Alive with Keith John and friends. And I got something that we can change this to, which is disturbing truths that men learn way too late in life, which might be holding them back from achieving some awesome things. Jimmy, let's run this opener and let's get into it.
This list isn't inspirational. It's the stuff you learn against your will. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Modern life tracks you, but you don't track yourself. That's how men wake up shocked by their own life.
Don't treat this like content. Treat it like a mirror. What part of your life is quietly rotting?
Your memory is a shredder. Ordinary days disappear. If it matters, you have to mark it on purpose.
Your body is negotiating every year after 30. You either build strength or you quietly lose it.
I feel fine is not a plan. Numbers don't lie, and neither does loneliness when you finally admit it.
Work replaces you fast. Your people don't. No one is coming to save you, so choose one move today.
Guys, I'm talking about truths that we learn way too late in life, just to create some awareness, guys. If we're not taking care of ourselves, Petro, Anderson, as we get older, one fall could change our life. Like, actually change our life. John, Petro, I see you nodding right away. Like, just, it's crazy, eh? Like, you bust a hip, you bust something, and you could change your life.
Absolutely. It's as quickly as getting shot in the face by a friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's, I think one of the ones that I learned sort of the hard way.
Yes.
I thought that I could outwork my diet. And I realized I cannot.
I'm just going to do a little.
diet.
I'm going to eat this cake. I'm just going to do a little cardio tomorrow. You could fucking do cardio for 2 weeks. You're not burning that cake off.
Yeah, but that's the biggest bullshit that, you know, most people never learn that. They kind of think, oh, okay, well, I'll just, you know, I'll run this off. And no. It doesn't work that way. You cannot.
When people come to me, Petro, and we're talking about kind of the general philosophy, okay, this is what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. I said, I need you to understand something. We've got different propellers in this journey. You need to understand very clearly that the propeller that owns 85% of our progress is in the fucking kitchen, not in the gym.
Oh yeah,
85 fucking %.
Yeah. Well,
then it starts at the grocery store.
It does. Yeah. Well, let's go here then, because most of us men, you know, again, this conversation is about creating awareness. Most of us after 30 are losing muscle, and without strength training and enough protein, if we're not getting that protein and we're not getting that strength training, you're going to fall, break a hip, you're done. So it's one of those things too, that as we age, we got to be lifting, we got to be eating protein. Fair enough, right, guys? Like, true story.
Yeah. I think
the number one thing that ends somebody up in a fucking home, where you're going from their own home to a old folks home, they can't get off the fucking toilet.
Yes.
That's the number one thing. It's about take a dump. You can't fucking get up. You're sitting there for God knows till somebody finds you. Your fucking legs have gone to sleep. You're just sitting there waiting for somebody to find you because you've allowed yourself to get so fucking weak that you can't stand up off the toilet. Yeah. That's why it's a must that people squat. That's getting up and down off the toilet.
Yes. Yeah. Petro, most men don't realize how little time that we have left with loved ones.
Oh yeah. Like, people take it for granted. I mean, it's just becomes part of your daily routine, and you think they're always going to be there, but they're a gift. And if you don't treat them like they're a gift to you, you take them for granted, and you think they're always going to be there, and then until one day, you know.
Well, it's crazy because when we celebrate events, like whether it's Christmas or New Year's or just certain big events, we see these key people, right? And we see them a few times a year. When you break that down, you're actually only seeing them a handful of visits left in a lifetime. Like, so John, I'll just use my dad or your mom, Anderson, right? So you think, okay, I see my mom, you know, a couple times, you know, a year, right? You think to yourself, okay, so if that's over the next 5 years, I might see her 10 times. Like that's really striking when we break it down like that, isn't it, Petro?
Yeah, one of the gifts though that I had, I think, growing up, I was actually close with my great grandmother.
Okay.
And she was 93 when she passed. But I had always thought, when I would leave her house, I would think, I don't know, you never know, this might be the last time, So I sort of preemptively sort of dealt with that loss, probably, 36 times, just kind of mentally simulated. So I actually thought about, well, what would it be like if this is the last time? And then, so each time I was, each time I visited and said goodbye, it was actually more meaningful. And we had much, it was much more valuable, experience to visit with her, because I considered that. So I think that was actually a gift. I mean, it was kind of unsettling, but it certainly made it more meaningful, and I didn't take it for granted. So
yeah.
If you could kind of deal with those things, before they happen, sort of put them in perspective, think about the reality that you never know when you're going to see someone the very last time. You don't know.
Yeah, no, it's so true. Anderson, no one is coming to save you. Like, there's, we got you right. Look at that smile on your face. No one's coming to save you, eh? If you can't get control of yourself in your own mirror, there's nobody coming to save you.
Success does not knock on someone's front door.
Oh, yeah. No, you got to go knock on success's door.
Yeah, and you know what that door fucking says? Fail 1,000 times first, dickhead.
Yeah. No kidding. Petro, one day you'll pick up your child for the last time. You don't even know it.
Oh yeah, that goes. You don't know it for at least a few years, and then you're like, wait a second, what happened? This kid was.
Yeah.
Kid was. This was my daughter was a little girl. For a long time. But then all of a sudden, I realized, oh my goodness. She's a teenager. Now she's 17. It's just
wait till she's fucking 24. It just keeps going, dude. It's fucking insane.
Yeah. You don't know it a lot of times for a while. It takes a while to settle in, because you keep seeing. You see that the incremental changes are just kind of part of your day, and you don't notice them. Then you see someone that maybe you haven't seen for 2 or 3 years, and then they see your kids, and they're like, wow, they really boomed up here, and it's they see the difference because they're not seeing them every day. But that's I think also part of taking people for granted, is because we want to keep them, in the tiny box that we've viewed them.
Talk
as
about
if they're not going to change.
Anderson, as we're wrapping up this segment here, we talk about this often, is encouraging men to create their own agency and empower themselves. Your job will forget you faster than you think. Guys that are going to work today that get that pink slip, right? Next up, Johnny, talk about that for a second. The reality that makes sacrificing help, sleep, and family for work, right? Somebody else's work.
Dude, you go like down to the most fucking core level. Nobody fucking remembers you yesterday.
No.
It's one fucking day. Today is the day that you have the chance to do something that's going, not yesterday. Nobody fucking cares about yesterday. Yeah. People die and they're fucking forgotten.
Yeah, after a few days, they are forgotten. That's exactly the truth.
I mean, of course, our loved ones always hold that spot, but in general, think about it. Someone that, especially like in show business, fuck, man, someone fucking dies. Okay, everybody has a good fucking cry, and that's on to who's doing the fucking craziest thing today.
Oh, there's always somebody next. That's exactly how it works. Speaking of next, let's go back. Are you this old? Petro, Anderson, does this look familiar to you guys? Check this out. Remember that boombox?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some Doritos there. So this is this little throwback to the 80s when you're approaching the weekend. and you're like, all right, I'm going to load up for the weekend with my Super Nintendo, my Ghetto Blaster, and my Doritos. I can say that I had a Ghetto Blaster like that. That was certainly something that I enjoyed having. Those are fun, man. Those fucking old school Ghetto Blasters. Do you have a Ghetto Blaster, Petro?
No, I didn't, but I had the Nintendo, and you wouldn't see the Doritos in that picture because I had already eaten them. But yeah, many hours wasted playing ice hockey with that little controller there. I thought my left thumb was turned black.
Yes.
Yeah, I was at the boombox, but I was not allowed to have that.
Oh yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it's like, why you playing music too loud was like, especially in our house.
Yeah,
not okay. It was calm. It was quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, we were given like stereos, like the old fucking. We had to get like, somebody fucking gives you an old stereo. It's got the fucking speakers the size of but we were never ever going to be given a new piece of technology that was going to play the music loud, especially if it was portable.
Yes. Well, so I actually,
you weren't carrying fucking grandpa's old fucking stereo out to fucking play basketball. You know what I mean?
I could kind of relate to that because hence I bought my Sony Walkman because I can put the loud music on in my ears.
Yeah,
when I wanted to.
I was allowed to have those, but
Yes.
loud music out loud was bad manners.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
have fucking Doritos in the house, and I definitely didn't have a fucking Nintendo because I had no fucking TV to play it on.
Okay, so I got this last one, and I saved this one for the end of the week because Petro, I dropped you something on the weekend for you to look at. Don't comment yet, and I got something here that's I'm always eager to hear Anderson's comments on this one. So, and it goes like this: Hey, John, before you go.
Hey, John, before you go, Nation's gonna love this. There's a site where AI agents hire humans. It's live. People set hourly rates from 1 to 500. That's a price tag on being a body. The agent can't do the physical stuff, so it books a person for delivery or verification. No small talk required. Nation, that's the weird part. A bot can order a human like an API call. Accountability gets blurry fast. It sounds like freedom. It's also a trap. The more you outsource doing, the easier it gets to outsource becoming. Hey, John, what do you think? If AI can hire humans, what stops humans from quitting themselves?
All right, I got to start with Anderson first. So, Anderson, I was thinking of you, man. So, yes, an AI agent space that can hire humans, Mr. Anderson.
I mean, if this doesn't fucking symbolize the beginning of the end, I don't know what does.
Well, that's what people are postulating about. So, Joe Anderson, I dropped this link over to Petro on the weekend. I'm like, Petro, what do you think of this? And I could just see, Petro, the smoke coming from the Carolinas with you trying to wrap your head around what the hell is this AI agent thing? Because Johnny, I was talking about on Monday, these AI agents have it's like a Reddit, right? It's a place for AI agents that are now hiring humans. So Petro, what is your thought on this whole ridiculous behavior?
Well, I didn't know what to really think of it because I couldn't really figure out what is really emerging from here, and is it something that is just being simulated or
so Petro, when he sends you stuff like this, when he sends you stuff like this, you got to go back and say, help me understand what I'm looking at. That's what I often say when he sends me stuff because it's so over my head,
Well, it appears to me though too that people actually watch this.
Yes,
because this is actually a place that you could observe.
Yes,
the AI agents communicating, right?
Yes.
I mean, so it's kind of like observing. I guess it's kind of like being on Twitter.
Yes.
And the agents are producing the tweets, and you're just kind of observing it. You're not actually.
That's correct. I think what's bizarre to me is that if we take this out of the software side of it and put it into the physical entities, that's when it gets bizarre because we're just looking at it flat. But think of these little make these agents put them in a robot, put them in Tesla's Optimus. And have a room of these robots communicating, because that's essentially what this is. And they're basically saying, okay, we need a strong guy. Let's go hire John Anderson to go lift some heavy work for us. Like, it's just, so then Johnny would get a text, and he'd get a text from some agent saying, go lift up this box at this place. And it's the agent that's actually tasking John out to do the work. It's completely bizarre. And John's right, man. When Anderson, I agree with Anderson's, which is this what the future looks like? There's certainly something to be said for that, 100%.
Yeah,
well,
it's scary.
It just fucking plays perfectly into the guy who just the mindset of the guy who's got this. He's got a job with great benefits.
Yeah.
Doesn't have
Yes.
to think. The AI thinks and just tells
Yes.
you, go do this dumb shit for me real quick, and I'll give you $5. And people are already in that mindset.
That's it. That's it.
Well, that's what's scary too. And I think that's how you get from conception of the ideas. So if it's already clear that they can create new ideas that humans do not think of, every day. But then when you go from the conception to the motivation to make it happen, that's where it gets. I mean, if they get closer to being able to pull that off, then I think we have a potential problem. And then if they're using humans as intermediaries to get some of the steps done, then
yes,
that's where it appears like we might be at already.
So Petro, just quickly before we wrap up here, as a social scientist, you must be fascinated when you're hearing some of these frontier platforms, whether it's OpenAI or whether it's Anthropic or whether it's Grok, putting resources together to develop new hypotheses, new ideas that haven't been discovered yet, and then following it all the way through. Because if I'm understanding correctly, in the olden days, the human like yourself, the social science, hey, I got a hypothesis about this, and then you build the experiment and then you bring it to life. Well, now you have all these agents doing this autonomously. They're going to discover some things that humans can't even be thinking about. Petro.
Yes, and then what it does is it facilitates that. I mean, it puts it on steroids, and it with cheetah-like speed or greater. I mean, it's one of the things I like about this show is that, I mean, it's a real lab. You guys operate like a real lab. Mornings in the lab, right? Yeah. And it's just a bunch of guys kind of talking through things and kind of figuring things out. That's very much like a real lab, social science lab today.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And that part of the process can take 2 or 3 years sometimes. And we try to speed it up a lot of times because students don't have 2 or 3 years, less than 2 years to finish a master's degree and 5 years to finish a PhD. But when you put ideas into AI, I mean, it can take what would maybe take you 2 or 3 years, maybe less than a minute, all right, to organize and kind of think through like all of the parameters. And then if you push it a little bit, you nudge it in a direction, within a couple of hours, you have you have a dissertation, or structure of the dissertation and all the steps in between. Usually that takes at least a year to take something that's actually publishable and be a contribution to the field. So it's really put it on hyper speed. And so it can often do, I mean, if your pride isn't hurt enough, I mean, it can just often do what I do and other social scientists do, over a career. I mean, it can wrap that up in a month. I mean, but to be able to see it, and I do think there's a lot of fear and people aren't sure, well, what does that mean? Well, then how does my work change? They're unclear about how what that looks like. And so you have a large portion, of scientists, probably 60-70%, that haven't gone beyond sort of just playing around with ChatGPT or Claude. I mean, because they have no idea. The fear is so great, but fact of the matter is, they're going to get left behind because
it works for
ability to produce. Because sort of the idea, nobody owns the ideas either. Nobody owns an idea, but being able to take the idea, the conception, and then figure out how do I test this idea through experimentation. What methods, what materials? I mean, I ran a study 9 times before I figured out the parameters of the stimulus of what was going to work in an experiment. That took me like 3 years.
He's ran it himself, and just the things Johnny, like Anderson, you ran. Like, I'm serious. Like all the times you have tried something, Anderson, try, and whether it works, doesn't work, you only know. So I consider Anderson very much a scientist because you've been very much a human experiment yourself, Johnny.
100%.
Yeah.
As if you're not pushing buttons, you never find that there's always a door that's going to open. You know, it's great to fucking find a button that's hidden and open the door for the first time.
Oh, for sure it is. Yeah. Speaking of opening the door, I know we got to get Anderson out of here, so we're going to get Johnny Anderson out of here. What do you got going on this weekend, brother?
Well, I got my normal content stretch after this. I think I'm going to take, after that, I'm going to probably take my nap early today. I know we're going to do, for sure, the gym, possibly pickle. Got to kind of see how we're feeling. I know Terry's tired today too, so we'll see. And then we're going to go to you're going to go to a restaurant tonight that has have dinner with live music.
Oh, fun! That's fun.
Yeah,
that's fun.
They're all around here, dude. You can find live music here 4 nights a week.
Oh yeah. What about you, Petro? What do you got going on?
Yeah, well, I'm quite similar actually. I'll be working on the book later after my workout, but also this weekend we're finally going to get to the snow is melted, so we're going to be out at the Great Stella Center in Charlotte to see Candlelight by Fleetwood Mac.
Oh,
so Candlelight, yeah, it's not Fleetwood Mac, but it is.
Yeah,
orchestra by Candlelight.
Oh, that's awesome.
Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, so it's supposed to be really hot deal, but
that's fun. That's fun. That's awesome. Right, all right, well, Anderson, man, I'll get you out of here. You got to get to work, buddy. I got lots of love. Be safe over the weekend. We'll talk. Okay.
Have a great loop, my brothers. Good to see you, Petro.
Yeah. All right. Love you guys.
All right, Petro. All right, Anderson. Take care, guys. We'll see you guys later. All right. They're out of here. You're left with me. The 2 Johns are gone, and you're left with this guy, the handsome guy. Yeah. What's shaking, nation? What is shaking? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab with Keith John, friends. Good time. I see your comments there. We were just engaged in a chat there. Yes, I agree with you, man. If you die, the job you post will be posted before you. It's actually true. I never thought about that, but if somebody died today, they're posting the new job before your body's even buried, before the funeral even happens. That is actually so true. And yes, dude, good time. 80s Fridays. I loved Fridays because on Fridays, at least here in Canada, there was 10 o'clock action. So whether it was Miami Vice or Fall Guy or Dukes of Hazzards, there was always that good TV show on Friday. So I always enjoyed that. And I absolutely had the double take deck boombox as well. That was a lot of fun. And we got Sullivan coming in saying, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. Okay. Listen, Jimmy, do we have an opener for the focus? Because my bladder needs to go for a walk. And if we do, I'm going to go do that because I got something to say. It's really much, it's laced around pride, all pride. And yeah, Melissa's like, yeah, now we're like, it's Friday. What can I catch up on at work? That's exactly it. That's exactly how it works. All right. Well, listen, this has been a pretty big week for us in the lab. The vision keeps coming to life. We've had 3 weeks ago, we launched Jason Hewlett's show called The Jason Hewlett Show. And then on Wednesday this week, we launched the It Starts With Joy Live here on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network. And she got after it with a live show, and it was awesome. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to run a little bit of a monologue, and then we're going to get after it. And I'm going to talk to you guys what's happening here in the lab. Let's do it, Jimmy.
Nation, this isn't a flex. It's a receipt. We didn't build a moment, we built a machine. Most people chase one viral clip. We're building a habit. Habits win because they show up bored. Here's the value. A system makes you reliable. Reliability is how trust gets built, not charisma. Everyone says community. Few build one. A real community shows up when you're not trending. AI is not the show. It's the scaffolding. It removes excuses and forces you to face the truth.
If you're still planning, you're not strategic. You're scared. The future pays movers, not thinkers.
All right, guys. Yes, we got Petro in here saying, great Tom Edison insight. That's exactly it. Thanks. I thought it was germane to the last thing you said, Petro. I agree. Yeah. Petro, that whole thing you're going to check out tonight, that Fleetwood Mac thing, that sounds awesome. I'm a fan of Fleetwood Mac. Did you hear it in the orchestra? That would be spectacular. I would looking to hear some feedback on that one. Okay, well, listen. I'm pretty proud of this monologue that I'm going to drop here for you guys right now. Gloves off, hard cuts, no mercy. No, none at all. We're going to get after here in a quick second because this week, like I said, was a pretty big week. It was a fun week, and I'm super excited about what's happening here in the future in the lab. And I thought we could share some of how I'm feeling about what's going on here. Because this week, I watched the future get born. What's been in my skull basically continue to come to life. Not imagined, not even brainstormed. No, not vision boarded, not whiteboarded, not like some of us are like, okay, I got an idea now that I'm going to start tomorrow, and we're gonna get after it one day next week. No, it was born. Yeah, the idea is live. It's going, and I'm going to say it the way that it is. I am so fucking proud right now, and I'm feeling a little dangerous right now too. Yeah, true story. Because the Mornings in the Lab live network, well, frankly, it's no longer a concept. No, it's a machine. It's alive. It breathes. We're creating brand equity. It's moving. It's shipping. Yeah, March 11, 2024, we had no shows. Now we got four shows. Not content. No, that's a creator journey just getting started. And guys, this is not a side hustle. No, we've started a network. And if you've never built a network, you will not understand what you are watching. Because you're going to look at it and you're going to think, oh, cool, they're doing shows. No, not really, actually. We're doing more than that. We're building the new default. And here's what people don't see behind the scenes. You guys don't see the hours, the late nights, the missed content, the back and forth conversations with myself and Jimmy and Neiman and Kai, the banter, the disagreements, the arguments, the obsession. And not the obsession like I'm motivated. No, the obsession like we're going to do it again until it's undeniable. Because we're not trying to be decent with what we are building here. We're not trying to be just good enough. No, we are building something that makes the rest of the internet, well, frankly, look like yesterday's museum. Now, let me tell you what it starts with. Well, on Wednesdays, it starts with joy. Real humans, real spirit, real warmth. Cheryl Whitaker brings it, the kind of show that makes cynicism feel expensive. Then, Thursdays, the Jason Hewlett Show. Craft, presence, timing. A bunch of fun that you can't expect from somebody that maybe you would expect it from. And you can't fake that stuff. You either have it or you don't. And then you got Roofy's show. Kicked it all off with me here on the network. Lots of love to Matt Roof, man. He believed in what we're doing. He's like, I want to try this out. He gets up and gets after it every single day, live, 7:30, right here on the Kindness Rising channel and on the Mornings in the Lab live network. And listen, don't confuse kindness, as Matt talks about, with softness. It's actually not. Kindness is power without the need to dominate the room. And then we got the big show. John, Keith, Marty, Jimmy, Kai, Melissa, the entire crew. It's called Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends, the daily anchor, the consistent signal, the place where we take the chaos of the world around us and turn it into something you can actually use. And oh, hey, I forgot Petro. I forgot Zeglin. I forgot some of the great folks at Brianna Bass that have made this show come to life. Where would our show be without Fridays with John Petricelli? It's funny, man. He was a guest on our show, and after that show, I was like, dude, we got to hang out more, right? So we got the doc joining us every single Friday. Brianna Bass shows up on a Tuesday, dropping nugget after nugget on sex and relationships. Like, hey, you got to be on the show. So she's on the show as a regular. And while all that is happening on camera, behind the scenes, the team that I have is doing something that most people can't do. And I love it. They're not building a show. They're working with me to build a system. And this is the part where I'm going to lose some people. Because I know that everyone keeps talking about the future like it's some big debate. It's like, well, but AI is good. Oh, I hate this AI slop. It's just horrible stuff. AI is bad. Or I don't want to use it. I'm just going to use it like Google. Well, should we use it? Should we not? Is AI ethical? Is AI scary? Meanwhile, the future is already walking through the door. And half of you are still standing there. Slippers. Looking around. Wondering, do I use this tool or how do I use it for the other people? But here's what's actually happening. most people, from my experience and from what I'm witnessing, still create in the past. Yeah. Same formats, same fake authenticity. I get the same emails saying, hey, I can optimize your YouTube channel like it's 2002. Like, oh my God, really? The same recycled takes with different thumbnails. And everybody is a thought leader now. Look at it. It's thought leader here, thought leader there. Everybody's got a framework. Oh my goodness. Neiman, if I see one more framework, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because everybody's selling a PDF like it's a cure for boredom. We had a guy on the show this week selling a framework. We had a guy on the show last week selling a framework. We had a girl on the show 2 weeks ago selling a framework. Everybody's got a framework. And I'm watching it. And I'm thinking to myself, you don't really got a brand. You don't. You have a routine. You don't have a strategy. Yeah, you have a superstition, but you don't have a community. You have this idea, but you haven't executed on it. Yeah, you have an audience that forgets you the second you scroll. And yeah, you have an audience for your podcast that might listen to a minute or two. Oh, that's a hard cut. Because the algorithm doesn't make you special. No, not at all, actually. It just gave you the turn. Huh. And now, guess what? Your content is done. Your turn is ending. And I know you can feel it. And that is why people are panicking about AI. Not because AI is the problem. No, AI is just exposing the truth. Yeah, true story. Because a lot of people weren't creators. They think they are. But most importantly, most people from my experience are actually repackagers. Yeah. You heard me postulate yesterday. Idea. Talk. Can you execute? Oh, I can't execute. What? No, I can't execute. Yeah. So those people that were thinking they're creators, they weren't leaders at all, actually. They were just simply loud, throwing words onto the table without meaning. They're not building a future, farming attention. So when a real tool shows up, no, not me. No, I'm just a tool in front of the camera. One that multiplies output, increases speed, kills excuses. Those folks get mad. I've seen it. And they call it slop. I see it all the time. Oh, you guys using that AI slop. Yeah, you're calling it slop because you don't know how to use it. You're calling it slop because you're scared. You're calling it slop because I am passing you every single day. You're calling it slop because you still hit the snooze button. And these folks keep saying, oh, AI is ruining everything. No, actually, it's not at all. You're just losing your fucking advantage because your advantage was never skill. No, your advantage was time. Oh, I'll get the PowerPoint done by Friday. Yeah, good luck because that time is over. Yep, true story. It's over. It's past. Now, back to what we're doing. We are integrating AI from the core. Like it's the new nervous system, not as a gimmick. 100,000 lines of code building Conversation OS. Not building AI as, oh, look what I can do. Look what I can do. No, AI is infrastructure with real humans, Keith, Petro, Anderson, Marty on top. Synthetic characters, yes. Maya, Sophia, Frankie, Tommy, but live conversation that you will not find anywhere else. And yes, community participation. I see all of you out there. Sullivan, Petro, good time. Yes, a whole new way of telling stories that doesn't depend on luck. And we're doing it daily right here where it counts. Live. Oh, there's Billis again throwing the live stuff out. Yes, I am. Because live doesn't let you hide. No. Live doesn't let you edit your courage. No. Live doesn't let you cosplay confidence and cut out the awkward parts. No. No, that's all that synthetic stuff that you guys don't like. No, live is truth. And truth is the only thing that survives what is coming. Huh. You want to know what's coming? Because here's the part that I love. Watching the team lock in, watching people stop asking for permission, watching them stop trying to be perfect and start trying to be real and relentless. Because progress, you guys, you know it. I'll put it on the table once again to remind you. Because progress beats perfection every day of the week. Right, Cheryl Whitaker? Yeah, And I'm watching it all come together and thinking to myself, this is why Jimmy and Kai and Melissa and Keith and the entire team are going to win. Not because we are louder. Well, Jimmy's pretty loud. It's because we're building the thing that everyone else is too scared to build. I'm putting it on the table like it is. It's called truth. Because most people want to be a creator. We want to own, we want to create the category of live morning conversation. Most people I talk to, they want to go viral. Well, no, that's not us. We're trying to become a habit. We have created a habit, and that habit goes live daily, 8 o'clock on the Mornings in the Lab live channel. That is what we are creating, viral or habit. I'll take the habit anytime. Most people, they want the clips. No, that's not us. We want the culture. And yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, you want me to be a little more provocative? Well, listen, if you're still sitting there researching and planning, oh, I'm going to get my podcast started next week. I'm going to launch my YouTube channel on March 1st. Yeah, good for you. Because you're not being thoughtful. No, you're just being afraid. Because the future isn't going to arrive when you are ready for it. The future is not going to arrive and ask if you are comfortable. No, because if you're waiting for that, it's going to pass you. Because the future is going to arrive and start taking market share. It's happening. And the people who win, they're not going to be the smartest. We're the ones who've moved first and stayed obsessed. And yes, this week I witnessed the birth of my vision. So if you're looking for a polite little success story, fuck, man, wrong channel. Go somewhere else. This is a hostile takeover of morning media. Humans first, live, community-powered, AI integrated, and it is not coming. No, it's already here. So the only question left is quite simple. Are you going to sit back and watch us build this thing? Or are you going to get up and keep posting like it's still 2019 and pretend that you don't feel the ground moving? Oh, it's all AI slop. Because we do. And I'll tell you what, we are not slowing down. I told my team this week, let's put that foot on the metal. Yeah, that pedal to the metal. Because we're not slowing down. Not even a little. All right, I guess that's it. So you know what's funny though, guys? We can't even play me out of there at all? Seriously. Okay, there's the handsome chief frustrated with the team. I just do a great monologue and I stand there? Guys, come on. Honest to God. All right, hey, Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends here. I think we could have done a little better, team. Honestly, we could have done that much better here. All right, guys, hope you guys have had a fun show here today. I'm going to get to the outro here. We're going to rock and roll out of it. You just watched a learning experience happen live on the show. Yeah. We had our whole monologue done, and then it just ended like that. I'm like, wait a minute, isn't there supposed to be something to walk out to? Even if we don't have a community corner segment, we probably still want to have something to walk us out of there. Yeah, true story. Hey, guys, 431-300-30. Come give me a call. Not next week, but the week after. We got Brianna Bass joining us, so I would invite you guys to join that conversation with us if you got questions for Brianna along the way. Okay, well, listen, we're coming up to the top of the hour here. No community corner here today. I'm going to rock and roll out of here, and we are going to get to what I missed yesterday, which sounds a little bit like this. Yeah, there you go. That is it for another week in the lab. Yes, what a week it has been, man. Yeah. I'm with you, Petro. If I hear anybody else call themselves a thought leader, yeah, usually stands for humongous bullshitter. Yeah. We should create we need to create a LinkedIn profile thing that anybody who uses the word thought leader, we can just change it to bullshitter. Because that's exactly what I see it as. Yeah. Hey, Monday, Michael Cantrell. Man, I can't believe it's been four shows ago. Michael Cantrell, federal corrections officer who broke down why prison guards die young, and what that environment does to a man over time, and the hard lessons men take from it without burnout and stress win. We talked with Alan Baker about how a rowdy kid became one of the men training the world's most elite bodyguards and what real discipline looks like when lives are on the line. Anthony Porquez joined us somewhere on the planet. He's a nomad. Talked about why burnout is not a time management problem and what actually causes it and what men need to change if they want sustainable energy instead of constant grind. And Don Man, oh man, every pun intended, a new lab favorite. He sat down with us for a candid conversation about pain, discipline, and never giving up. He left us with some awesome quotes, and I love this one, man. Pain is good. Extreme pain is extreme good. Love that. Today, we spent time with Lonnie Bedwell, blind Navy veteran who refused to let vision loss hold him back from adventure and being a present dad. From rolling his kayak through the Grand Canyon to summiting Mount Everest, Lonnie did it all. His story was not about inspiration. It was about choice and about choosing effort when quitting seems reasonable. Of course, today we had the resident bullshit professor himself, one of my favorites. I'm going to call him my friend because I consider him my friend. His name, Dr. John Petrocelli. Hope you're having fun tonight, brother. Joining us to spotlight the Olympic athletes still competing well into their 40s and beyond. You know, there's just some people you meet and you're like, I'd hang out with that dude if I lived next to him. Yeah, there's people like Anderson, Petro. There's just people around me that I would love to have in my circle daily because they're just humans that make me better. And I suspect Good Time is probably that kind of character as well. I don't think Sullivan, though. I think Sullivan would drive me nuts because he's up so early in the morning achieving his big goals. He'd make me look like a fool. I'm like, fuck Sullivan, you're doing it again? You're doing it again? Yeah. In Morning Focus, we zeroed in on the birth of the network right here, Mornings in the Lab. And in today's trending topic, we broke down the two types of leaders. Are you a Trump or are you an Obama? Yeah, true story. And hey, look at the dichotomy. True story, man. The diplomat versus the warrior. Hey, we also talked about some Olympic stuff coming up this next couple weeks here. And we're back next week, Monday, with more real talk, more accountability, and more entertaining conversations you will not find anywhere else. I loved Petro's analogy because this is a lab. You know, I'm always trying to find things of curiosity that just makes us ask questions, makes us be curious. Conversations and content you will not find anywhere else. So, guys, we'll see you back here in less than 24 hours. I'm sorry, in less than 48 hours. And where is that? Right here. morningsinthelab.live. We'll see you guys on Monday. I'm out of here. Hey, team, you're going to make me look like a fool in front of the camera again, or you're going to get me off the screen?